Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
There's a handful of plays I wish I could have had back. The fourth down, trying to do too much, and then a couple other plays throughout the game. But other than that, I thought we played to our game plan, and we knew what they were going to try and do to stop us. So we just we counteracted that, and
still routine plays, making guys miss, and we just need to keep doing what we do, locking on the fundamentals, and plays are going to hit. We just need to execute them.
It's been a long road to get back to where I am now. And I mean, the recovery process is always still there, right? I feel more sore after games, but I feel like being able to get through that game and, attack it as much as I could was really just a great feeling and something that I look forward to keep doing each week.
We can work on tackling the quarterback in practice as well, which Coach Rule does a great job at. He does a great job of bringing the game to practice.
Man, I tell you what, one, it felt like a whole home game. Our fans did a phenomenal job just, being active the whole game. I think they really made a difference. So, shout out to those guys. But in pregame, when Coach Rule, kind of put his game stuff on and walked out in pregame, he walked out of the tunnel. I'm already on the field with the returners, the centers, and the quarterbacks. And the crowd starts going crazy. So I look back to the tunnel to see if the team's coming out, and it's just Coach Rule. And I thought that was pretty sweet.
Good morning. Welcome into Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centrist Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. What's up, DB?
I'm trying to make it, man. I'm trying to make it.
We're out here, right?
We better be from here on out. Let's do the best we can so we can be a little more efficient around here, man. We don't always have to take it down to the wire.
How was the evening here?
Evening was okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, not a lot going on. Dodgers had a late scratch, so we had to get a little scrubby. And, of course, the Pirates, being a Pittsburgh thing, did what they did. And we get ready for the NFL and a little bit of college at some point. So trying to get this thing started.
Yeah, we'll get some NFL previews here this morning as well. I know we want to get our picks in. It's here. We're full-fledged football from tonight on out.
Yeah, it couldn't happen at a better time. Little Thursday night special. A lot of divisional games to start off the season too, so I'm pretty happy, which means there'll be not a lot of love lost as we get down here. And wasn't it nice to see Will and Mr. Luwan on ESPN just getting more and more exposure?
They're getting that run.
Man.
They are getting that run.
You got to strike while the iron's hot.
That's that is what they say.
Strike while the iron is hot.
It's the calls don't always keep coming, so you got to answer them when they do.
No problem.
Listen, I get that bag, guys. Go for it. Enjoy.
Shane, how was your morning, buddy?
That was good. Better than yesterday.
Why? What was wrong with yesterday?
It was a very eventful day yesterday, but
eventful.
Eventful. But we're closer to for a regular week of football.
Regular.
Yeah, regular. So I'm happy for today.
All right. Did you like my little concert pulling in?
I did. That was nice.
Yeah, a lot of music going on today.
You don't usually roll in with the windows down and the music going.
Well, it's such a beautiful morning. It's cool. It's a little overcast. I have asthma, but it's not super active. So I'm hoping whatever this advisory is going on with what's going on in the air doesn't affect
Is there a thing happening? An air quality issue?
Yeah, there's an air quality deal going on.
Fires or allergies?
Would you like to take a guess on where they're originating?
I'm going to guess Canada or California.
It would be California or Canada. Oh, Canada.
It's usually one of the two,
Yeah. It's a long way for the old stream to blow and flow.
Well, a lot of smoke, It's
yeah. So
coming on down.
Be safe out there. I got one of my players who's having a really hard time. Thought it was his asthma. Now it is officially pneumonia.
Oof.
Yeah, he's a super kid too.
Yeah.
So I am wishing my man Liam all the best. Really, really good kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, gonna be a good player,
Pneumonia, that's rough, man.
especially at that age.
Yeah. I got in college once, which was weird, but
Yeah, I probably have had it several times and have not given two rips because
you don't go to doctors.
no, I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
I probably need to be better, but I'm assuming I probably had pneumonia.
I'm glad you finally went and got the stomach thing checked out.
Yeah, so here's the downside of that though. I'm still pumping pills.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything. I
Well,
want to just be normal.
I hate to break it to you.
I'm not a big medicine guy.
At some point, that sometimes the medicine's necessary. I'm not a big medicine guy either, but I like being alive, so I still take it.
Yeah, whatever. Potatoes. Who cares?
Potatoes, tomatoes.
Yeah.
Just what's the difference?
I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever. So, yeah, Shane. I tried to get Shane to dance out there, but he wasn't really vibing.
Shane wasn't dancing?
No, Shane. I still think we could. I still think we could play music, and you're just being a ninny.
Shane doesn't strike me as the
ninny. Yes, he does.
No, as the dancing type.
Oh yeah, he was bobbing his head a little bit.
Why?
Exactly.
Shane, if you had to dance, what kind of music you be dancing to?
I don't know, line dancing.
No, probably not line dancing.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, what would it be?
It'd be something hip.
Oh gosh. Go ahead and say that's not the truth.
What qualifies as something hip there, Shano?
Something from 2025. That's probably not country, but something else.
So what if I gave you like a country mashup? There's a couple country mashups I like.
I can do a mashup more than I can just straight up country.
Let me see if I can find you a country mashup, and you tell me, is it something you'd rock with? All right, here we go. Yes, no.
No. Out.
No, you got to listen.
Nope. If the country guy's the first guy to start singing, I'm out.
This is a great song.
I'm out. Nah. We've gone too long with the country now.
No, here comes my man Big X.
Doesn't matter. We're too late.
No, you got to hang in there.
No.
Shane, you bobbing with this? You ready?
Oh, see, now there it got real.
There it got real.
You're not rocking with that?
No, absolutely not. No.
We gotta. I mean,
country for too long. I need it to start with the hip hop.
Let's see what else I can find you.
I can do like a Tim McGraw on the chorus when he's with Nelly. Because that's mostly
Tim
Nelly.
McGraw in the chorus.
Because that's mostly Nelly.
How about this?
That's better because it started with the good part.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
No.
You serious?
We're
this
out.
Is Drake.
No. Yo, I hate Drake. So no.
Don't matter to me.
You know I hate Drake.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't like it. I mean, listen, you can like it. I'm not gonna be.
Do you want to hear a Zoe song?
Judgmental about you liking it.
How about this one?
Go ahead.
All right, let me fast forward a little bit.
It's like Moana. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not.
Come on, man.
Absolutely
We need
not.
to loosen you up.
I'm sorry that I don't like that. I don't like that.
Then she's back in the back seat. This is a warning shot.
Yeah, I don't really like that. No.
Oh man, it's Charlie on a Thursday or Friday, one of the days.
I mean, listen, maybe I'm a little too.
You do need some Drake, man. Lil, give me a hug.
No, Drake is terrible.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
I certainly don't want a hug from Drake.
You don't like that country mashup? We're getting that a lot now.
No.
Big X really wanted to do that with Morgan Wallen, but Bailey Zimmerman stepped up, so he hooked it up.
Yeah, I'm not really doing anything with Morgan Wallen either.
Is it the principle of the matter?
I still like him.
Do you like his music?
Not really.
I thought we had a very, very good talk yesterday about eating the meat and spitting out the bones.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't love the music though, and so if I don't love the music, and I think the guy's kind of a d-bag, then what meat is there?
No, I just wanted. So the key is which came first.
I didn't like the music first.
No, see, I don't believe that because you let me sing that song for 6 hours going to Indianapolis incorrectly. By the way,
That's why I let you sing it, because it was funny that you were singing it incorrectly.
Well, I don't know why you waited so long to check me on it.
I mean, listen, I was trying to focus.
Did you think I was just making it up?
Yeah, I thought you knew that you were saying the wrong words.
No, I didn't.
I thought you were trying to be funny and
No.
being like, last night we had an argument.
Because that's what the words imply.
It is. Like, that's the theme of the song. I get that.
So it was just a synopsis.
It was, and that's terrific, but it is not the lyrics.
Stickler.
I mean, maybe.
Man, Lance, you better knock it off. It's too early for the shenanigans.
I don't like country music for the most part. So
So not even the mashups?
I will do the mashups if it's mostly the hip hop and then like little bit of country sprinkled in on the chorus. I'm fine with that.
Who's My Guy? The song that I like long time ago with Can't Wait to See You. Oh, it's Nelly and I screw him up all the time. Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw, yeah.
The one
Did
that
you
I
like that?
literally just said.
Did you like that song?
Yeah, what is it? Over and Over Again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. But that's mostly Nelly.
What about
Tim McGraw literally just goes, woo, on that song. Like, that's the Tim McGraw part.
Tough.
It is. That's like 90% of what he does. He goes,
I'm not really vibing with you.
Whatever.
I feel like you're killing my vibe.
whatever paycheck Tim McGraw got for that was the best paycheck of his life because he did like
I
two
think
words.
I think Tim McGraw was already financially pretty A-okay.
That's fine. That doesn't mean it's still not a good check for not doing much.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just saying. Whatever that number was, he did almost nothing on the song.
Wow.
He basically sang backup chorus to Nelly and went woo a couple times.
Can't wait to see you.
That was the Tim McGraw part, which like good for you, Tim McGraw. Cash those checks, bud.
Such a
What do we
hater.
do? What we
So
talking about?
what's your get right music?
What's my get right music?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Depends on what kind of get right I need to get.
So you don't have like a go-to, you don't have like your shower song?
I don't really listen to music in the shower. I just kind of sit there.
God, you're like Denny. I want you to know something, man. You know I always have some DB-isms.
Yeah. What?
Like the whole this victim mindset.
How is it a victim mindset to not listen to music
You're
in the
not.
shower?
There's victim mindsets never have victory. You know that, right? Like go win. Like do you know like what are we doing?
So here's the problem.
What are we doing?
Is your definition of a win is listening to music in the shower?
No, not always.
Okay, well, that's not a victim mindset to be like, I just like to sit in the shower in silence. Like,
So I
just
feel
washing
like I
myself.
feel like this is a lot of what was happening yesterday.
I
That we were talking about.
I think it has nothing to do with what we were talking about yesterday.
All right.
I find wins all over the place, just
Well,
not in the shower.
Again, I'm trying to help you, but you're committed to the story that supports your dysfunctionality. Like
That I don't like country music.
you're not opening your mind to like you just it's like predetermined.
I've heard country music.
Well, there's a lot. I'm not listen. This isn't DB for country music.
DB
this
here
morning.
for country and western.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like I use the examples all the time, right? Like you read articles from people like you really don't like, or
Yeah.
you can still learn something.
Yeah, I watch stuff from people I don't agree with all the time. I listen to stuff. I just
Do you talk to people weekly?
But I'm
all
not
the
usually
time that you don't like.
yeah,
I know you do.
absolutely I do. But there's also like I'm not trying to necessarily learn from the music. The music's kind of just about vibes, and if it's not the vibe that I want,
Oh man, I'm just the opposite. Sometimes I thrive with music.
I mean, listen, it depends on the situation.
Do you know the most exciting thing about the day today?
Shower's not one of them.
Playing music today at practice.
Yeah,
I'm so looking forward to
You
it.
got
I'm already thinking about the playlist.
you got the playlist set up.
No, because they put me in charge of it, and I have to get the go ahead from Coach Samanji. So I say, what's the theme today?
Okay.
And then he'll tell me. So he has.
When do you find out the theme?
Whenever I ask. So sometimes it's 2:00. Sometimes it's 3:00. Sometimes it can't be much earlier than that because he's not trying to hear it. So
Working.
yeah, one time, I kid you not, one time this dude said, "Now we're practicing."
Yeah.
Okay, we're in the playoffs. This guy said.
Playoffs.
This guy said 90s R&B.
Oh yeah, you told me this was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
told me
I
that.
said, are you sure?
You're like, do you know any 90s R&B?
So, oh no, like 10 minutes in, of all the stories I've told you about my players' personalities, who was the first one that you think gave me pushback on 90s R&B?
Christian Jones.
100%. Ding, 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 ding. How'd you know?
It probably was in the middle of a rant about chemtrails, if I had to guess. But
That's unnecessary.
see, sometimes expanding your mind, not great.
I love him. He was on the plane, man. This dude gave me my love hug.
No, that's terrific.
I
I'm
feel
sure
good.
he's a great kid. But
I'm looking forward to the music today.
sometimes you got to be careful what you open your mind up to as well.
I understand.
You got to be protective of your house and your peace.
Speaking of Drake and give me a hug, you know who needs a hug?
Mhm.
Sauter.
What's Otter do?
Ask him tomorrow when we talk to him how many expletives he dropped over Vera Tucker.
Yeah, I saw that and I didn't care.
Wow, what is wrong with you today?
Tell me, tell me this. Tell me the truth here. Be 100% honest. Be honest.
What?
No, be honest here.
Why are you so mean-spirited?
Like that's different from normal.
Yeah, no. So we didn't get to H-Town, T-Mac, but so where they really start having some problems.
Yeah.
With the 90s R&B.
Key Sweat.
No. I'll give you
Boys to Men.
Close.
All for One. No, you decided they weren't black enough.
I did.
No, you did. Yeah, because you're like, are they even brothers? I think that's exactly what you said to me. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then there was one that is not, and one that's maybe, but two that definitely are.
I would sing one of their songs, but I don't think you know them well enough.
What is it? Who is it?
You got to cool it now.
Nope.
I'll give you another one. They broke up. Pretty popular.
TLC.
The threesome had their own little new name, BBD.
I have no idea.
It was New Edition.
Oh, I didn't realize they reformed.
And our players were like,
Gots to go situation.
Yeah. Coach Sikora was the funniest because he actually rocks with me. He's so 3 times this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's surprising because he's like quiet, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think his daughters keep him pretty hip. Or maybe
Sikora?
Yeah.
No, I like Sikora.
No, he's
cool, dude.
easy. Even though he got me yesterday. He was riding with the rest of these yahoos.
You probably had coming.
It wasn't always rainbows and butterflies.
What do you do?
I'm not going to get into yesterday.
Okay. All right.
All I did yesterday.
We wouldn't want to get distracted by anything.
All I did yesterday was I put the key in the door in the coach's office. And so sometimes I'm a little squirrely.
Mm-hmm.
Not having anything to do with Jessica Cootie's video. I was not making faces at her during an interview. But sometimes people are just too so you just want them to loosen up.
Yeah, so you play them some country music.
So I was playing peekaboo around the corner of the coach's office.
Yeah.
Like I was pretending like I didn't know who was in there. And I peeked around the corner.
Little check.
Yeah, that didn't go over well with some of the guys that were in there. I don't think they were in the mood to jack around.
Mm.
And so anyway, but Coach Sikora 3 times this season has said, DB, we doing the music today?
Mm.
And I'm like, Coach.
Were you not on it?
See, Coach Sikora Jr., no.
I was just asking.
I hadn't gotten the go-ahead yet from Coach Slamanji.
I
can't just.
If he asked the question, I was wondering if that was the issue.
No, I need for something. I'm just telling you, like we have to earn the right to play music.
So here, if I didn't know where Coach Lamanji had originated from, I would think he is
from the mean streets of Youngstown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would think that he listened to one kind of music. Since he's from Youngstown, I don't know if that's right.
No, like he's got range.
Like
we have disco Fridays in the summer in the weight room where they lift to like disco music.
If I just met him on the street and knew nothing about him, I'd be like, that guy listens to Merle Haggard.
I don't even know if he listen, Coach, we were walking in yesterday. This isn't totally West Side. This is just people being different. But
West Side?
He said Coach Queen and I were walking inside. He goes, you know the funny thing is? People think like Coach Samani doesn't have a sense of humor. Like low key, he's one of the funniest people I know.
I would believe that.
He had he was talking about a player yesterday.
Yeah.
And he had a Bob Lilly reference. Like there's 4 people. Yeah. You in 99.9
Dallas Cowboys.
Correct. But you're old like me. So you get it. I almost fell out of my chair.
Bob Lilly, dead or alive?
Oh, good one. I suck at this game. I will go. Gosh, player that old, probably. Was he? I don't know. Barbiturates, greenies, steroids. I'm gonna guess Bob Lilly is
To this day.
dead.
My man is 86
Oh,
and alive.
shout out, Robert Flowers.
I thought it was Jim.
Well, isn't a lily a flower?
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, it's a white flower. They have different variations. They have different variations. I'm not going to tell you my Lily White story. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
All right.
I don't want anybody to go out of business.
To think this all stemmed from music, which is good because I was going to have an aneurysm or an embolism about 60 seconds into the show. You did a fantastic job of not contributing to my delinquency.
Ambalam. Bam Blam. So that's the kind of stuff I would think, being from Youngstown, that Coach Lamanji would listen to, is like, Bam Blam, oh, Black Betty. Like, that seems like some Coach Lamanji stuff.
Shane, who is Black Betty?
I don't know.
One
I
hit
can't
wonder,
remember.
I believe.
Somebody from the 70s.
I thought it was the guy with the injected lips before they had injections.
I don't believe so.
Who's the guy I'm thinking of, Shane, that has he has the black?
Steven Tyler?
Yeah.
It's not
Or no,
Aerosmith.
Are you thinking Steven Tyler from Aerosmith? He's got weird fit.
I don't know, the guy that looks like he swallowed collagen.
I don't.
He makes it like a thing. He's not a good-looking dude, but I think girls back then were like, "Oh my God, his lips."
Hot Danger's got it as Ram Jam.
It is Ram Jam. Yeah, that was the. I had looked it up already.
Dude, Hot Danger has a Rolodex of him. He may no.
Are you talking about Mick Jagger?
Probably. They all.
He's Rolling Stones.
It's not what I was.
They all kind of go
Oh,
like.
maybe that's what I was going to
That
say.
was definitely what you were going to say.
You don't have
What,
to
they're
finish
all
the
old?
thought. Yes. Lifesaver, kick saving a beauty.
They all know about Bob Lilly.
Bob Lilly.
Bob Lilly.
What? Hey,
I'm not saying that.
What?
Why? If anybody could, it would be you.
It's just a color, Shane.
What, Lily?
What?
There's a lot of different lilies out there.
Yeah, they're not all white.
Yeah, they're not all white.
Yeah.
But all whites are.
Lily Sauter. That was one of the funniest segments ever.
When I was a nanny.
Wait.
Yeah, I was a nanny in college for like 2 years. 5 kids.
Okay, I need a little latitude.
I was 60 or 30.
I just need a little.
We need the full.
I need a
go ahead.
latitude.
What do we got?
So, all right. It's 2025, so I need a little grace.
Yeah, what do we got? Is this a I don't like children thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I need clarity.
Okay.
So, you know how sometimes there's those names, and depending on the gender, it changes,
Okay.
but it's still the same
Oh,
role.
we asking Nanny versus Manny here?
Is it?
I think Manny's a stupid word.
Is Manny the alternative? Because I've never heard that.
That's what people. I don't think it's a real alternative. I think some people think they're being funny and be like, "Oh, you were a Manny," and I'm like, "All right, whatever." I don't.
Oh, so people have given you a hard time about this because I feel like you just bristled up at me.
Not really. I just think it's a dumb term. Like, I don't care.
Sensing a little hostility.
I mean,
Okay.
it was a good job.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If somebody would hire me to be
The family was super cool.
real talk, you want a funny story?
What's
that? Like 10 seconds?
Yeah.
I wanted to be the guy that took care of Coach Rule's kids.
Oh yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll try. Where are we going?
Yeah.
Where they need to go? Now they probably both of them would kill me. And I don't have to worry about Brian because Brian's my boy.
Well, he's a little older.
But Vivian Leona, oh man,
You in trouble?
they was like, "Hey man, what happened to him?" They messing with them Rule kids.
She's like, oh, he couldn't hack it.
Can't hang, huh? Seriously, the other version of Bebe's kids drinking coffee, popping no-dos, telling me I can't hang. Can't hang, huh?
Yeah, no, these kids are cool.
5 of them?
Yeah.
That's why you don't like kids.
No, I like those kids. They were cool. They were well behaved, good kids.
Would you take them to tennis lessons?
No, I did play a lot of sports with them. Like that was
How old were they?
1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Oh,
1,
some people you
3,
can finally
5,
beat.
7, 9. When I started, and then So by the time I was done, 3, 5, 7, 9.
I know the 9-year-old was probably giving it to you.
11. No, they were pretty cool.
Kobe.
I did kind of whoop up on them basketball a little bit because this was in college.
No, he probably enjoyed it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
just-
I just like getting buckets. I don't care who it's against.
Take that, 6-month-old.
Nah, Lily didn't really play that much, but she was the youngest. That's where it came up.
They had a Lily?
Yeah. She was the youngest one. She was about 1.5 when I started.
Oh, so Lily is what? Just starting college right now?
Yeah, it makes me feel super old. She's
newsslash. You're not.
I know, but like when you nanny someone that's like basically a newborn.
Where's she going to, like Rockhurst, MIT?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of. Let me see how old she'd be. So that was in 2007. So she's probably in college, right? She's probably 20.
Yeah.
18 or 19, 20.
She's pre-med.
Probably. Those kids are smart.
Well, things can change.
Yeah, they were smart kids though. Like their vice was like, "Can we watch a little bit more PBS?" than Mom said, and I was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Don't matter to me.
These hit like they were.
This story gets better by the second.
Good Catholic family. They thought they were going to be in trouble because they wanted to they were like real Catholic. So like they were going to confirmation and stuff all the time, and when the ones that were old enough, and they wanted to, the younger ones thought they were going to get in trouble because they wanted to like play communion.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, you're doing church stuff. What do I care, man?
Eric, I'll take a hug, buddy.
I 100%.
I like Eric with a K.
Yeah, Kyle's right. I would 100% beat the hospital kid in Madden 117.
Does KB know that he is off to a fantastic start with his quarterback play?
Yeah, I mean,
Eric, we can be boys. But he's out on
second.
Drake. He said you can't pay me enough to take it. Eric, come on, man.
No,
How do you play communion, by the way?
They just like
Communion,
pretended.
you get fake Welch's juice, and
Yeah,
you
they
have
got
you have a wispy cracker you can break, and now with all the gluten-free,
breads and stuff.
What's your mom's? Is it celiac?
Yeah.
Okay, so now with all the little ailments, you can get like little wafer crispy crackers in
All over
any
the place.
form. Yeah.
All over the place.
I actually buy one intentionally.
But some of them are better. Some of them I like better.
Is it Simple Minds or Simply Fit? They make a sea salt cracker.
Simple Grains from Costco. Yeah, they're good.
Half that.
Get the full one in there.
Simple Minds is the 80s group.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, Simple Grains is the cracker. It's good though.
So it's a sea salt little wispy cracker.
really
that
good.
thing is fire.
Yeah, we use that on the Christmas charcuterie board so my mom can enjoy as well.
They're so little though. Does she feel bad eating like 2,000? Because I can eat a foil.
Yeah.
It's like you open the airbag and it's like, oh, these are gone.
Yeah, we have to get like 12 boxes of those things.
I do for laughs and giggles want you to say what the board is again.
Charcuterie?
Oh, okay, that's better.
What did I say?
Who knows? Maybe you said charcuterie.
I probably did. I think sometimes you got some gum in your ears, Don't always hear stuff right.
You want to know the funniest thing about you?
What's that?
Is you're so mean spirited that you're trying to just be. It is like your disdain for me right now is bubbling, and it is funny to watch you navigate it. You're like,
no, it's less than when the show started.
Well, you gotta understand though.
You kind of like swerved out of it, so I was like, all right, we're okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't stay in it for long.
Yeah.
You
I usually stay in it longer than you do.
Yeah, I had my 10-second meltdown. I was pissed, but
Yeah.
I got over it.
Yeah.
It's quick.
I think sometimes you don't get over as quick as you think you do, but that's fine.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah.
But it's not going minutes. Like it could be 4 or 5.
Yeah. It's not going to go like a half hour.
Nah.
But I think sometimes
It's too hard to keep. It's for me anyway. It's too hard to.
Yeah. That's why I kind of do that.
I don't like I'm not a big negative energy guy.
That's why I do the Hulk thing. I'm just always angry. There you go. You see, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, DB.
Oh, I tell people all the time, man. I rather get caught with than without.
If you start angry, you don't have to get angry, right? I don't have to rev it up. I'm already there.
Can you finish the nanny story though? Because I think that's incredible.
Oh yeah, those kids were incredible.
So you're
kids.
just surrounded by 5 Utes. And
Yeah.
you're like living your best life.
So my whole goal the entire time was no hospitals and don't lose anybody.
Okay.
Right? Which I think is good goals to have.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of those nannies, like I wasn't cooking stuff. If they needed stacks, I'd get them for them or whatever.
So you've never been able to do anything in the kitchen other than
Microwave.
peel off plastic. Okay.
Microwave, peel off plastic. Like I can get things out of like a cupboard and fridge, but I'm not cooking anything. There was one time where I think the mom was like, "Hey, can you there's something in the oven just at this time, just hit start. It's preset, everything ready to go." And I think I still screwed that up, if I'm being honest with you. She said it was fine. I was like, I don't think I did that right. I think you guys ended up.
Is it from lack of trying? Because you have a fairly high aptitude.
I just don't want to.
You can follow directions.
I can't. I just don't want to. Like, it's not a thing I care.
Now that is your personality.
Yeah, if I don't want,
you're just locked in, right?
If I don't want to do something, like, I'm gonna have a real hard time. Like, fake doing something is
act
tough.
like such an only child, but you're not.
So here's the thing, though. A little, like, there were some elements that were a little only child-esque. So, like, I was closest with my oldest sister. She moved to college when I was 9, right? So that was one deal. I was alone all of high school, basically, because everybody else was out of the house. Yeah. And then, like, the middle two were really close. And so I was just kind of, like, out there.
Odd man out.
Yeah, like, by the time Amber left for college, I was kind of just out there. And until Azina left for college, and then Roger and I got a little bit closer. But that was only for a couple years before he went to college. So there was a lot of, like, only child elements to my childhood. Also, not to get too serious here, but I was sort of isolated because, like, my mom had to spend a lot of time with me for the diabetes stuff early because she was taking care of me.
Yeah.
And so there was sort of like a separation unintentionally just because, like, there was like, when I'm 7, I can't really manage this thing on my own. And so there were a couple years on the front end that were like, hey, we got to kind of dial in to make sure this kid doesn't die in his sleep.
That would explain a little bit your baby tendencies.
What do you mean?
Well,
Oh, you think that's funny, Shane?
It's fine.
Don't get me started on you, Shane.
I thought what Asian Wyatt said was funny.
Dude, you gotta be careful reading stuff from Asian Wyatt real time. No, I had. Dude,
see, that's probably something they learned on those PBS shows they were big.
Dude, I'm telling you, he's hilarious.
I know. I need to get his phone number.
Do you want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
I need his permission. I have them too, so it's okay. Don't be offended.
No, there's certain things I'm definitely baby about.
But you go, what do you mean? Big old burl-chested dude with a full beard and a Paul Bunyan get up, and he's like, what do you mean?
Well, so you could have meant two different things. You could have meant, like, I'm acting like a baby about certain things, which I do, or, like, baby of the family tendencies.
Oh, I think they kind of coexist.
They can, yeah.
That's fine.
But I do think there's sort of a personality type of the youngest a lot of the time. And I do have that. I know that for sure.
All right, Tree of Trust, you ready?
Yeah.
At what point, I'll be honest, at what point did you want to come across this 18 inches and choke me?
This morning?
Yeah. 7:01, 6:58, 6:59? Not at all.
Probably right at 7.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like this, dude.
Like when we're, like, about to start but hadn't quite started yet, and we were having a little delay.
Was it in there?
I don't think I would ever actually put hands on you.
But you thought about it?
No, I just thought about, like, okay.
What a Richard had?
Was
I in the wrong?
No, I don't think so.
Was I doing too much?
I think sometimes there's, like, because part of you is right. I acknowledge that. Like, hey.
We don't have to get into the specifics. But
no, but it's like, hey, if I get here a little bit earlier, if I think of things a little bit ahead of time, it would make life a little bit easier in the morning sometimes. I also sometimes think it's like, I am the one that's responsible for all of this, so sometimes the criticism is less welcome.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You have trust still?
Yeah. I mean, I told mine. Go. You tell yours.
You don't want to share the responsibilities because there's this quiet part of you that likes to be in control.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I get that.
So you can't have it both ways.
No, I know.
Because you would never have to do this if you just said, DB, you got it. But I don't know if you want to.
So
I moved that one day.
Yeah.
And I thought you were going to come off the top table on
So,
me.
again, Tree of Trust. If we're just telling truths here. We're just telling truths.
Just Bill and Chris, they're like, these two ain't going to make it.
No, it's this is how you make it, is you kind of air things out. You have a little therapy session. I don't know who the counselor is here. It's certainly not Shane. But
Stray.
That's not Stray. Like, you think he's the therapist in this situation? Then we wouldn't make it. See, I can deal with that. I can deal with Kendrick. It's not
because of the 40 acres and a mule. You feel like kindred spirits.
Yeah, that's my guy. So
we owe you nothing except a few jewels. That's it.
Oh, you don't owe me anything. We have the same the person that is in debt is to both of us.
Oh shoot!
Just in different centuries and different continents.
All right.
But we have the same problem. It's
all right. We're back to the tree of trust.
It's the whole.
You don't trust that I could do this, do you?
It is. I do have concerns with your technological proficiency, if I'm being honest. So that's part of it. Like if Hunter, like Tree of Trust, if Rico or Austin were like, "Hey, I'm gonna come down here and set up the camera every morning," I'd be like, "Dope, you got it."
Oh,
that's what it is.
I can't stand you. Like I'm pretty capable.
I know.
If you'd have said no, you're not. I'm for sure touching grass.
I know you are pretty capable, but then there's also times where like you have to get Jacob to come down here and fix your tweet deck. So, like you know what I mean? Like I see both sides of it. And that's not a dice I want to roll on a daily basis, if I'm being honest. That's Tree of Trust.
Gotta keep watering the bamboo.
Oh, we gotta do something.
There's a circle of trust.
If you listen to us every day and know we do a lot of things together,
yeah,
this is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is one of the mornings where you're rewarded for listening every day. See, I'm in a good mood now to think 38 minutes.
Because I'm funny.
I think it's a collaborative effort.
You didn't think the Paul Bunyan thing was funny?
I mean, it's a little, like, I get it. It's red and black flannel. And, you know, it's kind of low-hanging fruit, as we like to say. You know? It's also, to be fair, it's a joke. Every time I wear this, Sauter makes that joke.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. And so
if Jerome says it, it's not funny.
So I was like, all right, I get it. It's flannel. I've got a beard. Yeah.
If I knew what kind of flowers he liked, I would have sent him some over Vera Tucker.
So we got way off track. The reason I didn't care, besides not
that's where this started.
Yes. Because you're like, oh, man,
I thought it started with Bob Lilly, but it's just me.
More flowers.
You're like, oh, man, he is a mean-spirited guy. No, the reason I don't care about his offensive line is like if Trent Williams went down, you think, and I'm like, oh, man, I went to the group chat. I was like, oh, man, that sucks. Lost Trent Williams. You think he would be sympathetic in any way whatsoever?
Yeah, but just because he is doesn't mean you can't be. That's the whole.
I return.
Did you not listen to yesterday?
No, listen. I return energy. You know, sometimes I create my own, but for certain people, I return the energy.
Yeah, when I'm being childish, I always say you get the energy you give.
Yeah, so you know.
But sometimes you got to rise above. Little Andre Day.
Sometimes, but in a group chat about an offensive,
broken down and tired.
In a group chat about an offensive lineman,
edit that. My voice sucks.
I don't feel like I have to rise above in that situation. I feel like I can just sit in it.
You don't feel inspired?
Nah, not there.
Well, you're a cold shot.
I mean, listen, my inspiration only goes so far. I got to save it.
You bring meaning to my life?
I got to save it, right? For things that matter.
The Fray.
I like The Fray.
Step 1, How to Save a Life.
How to Save a Life's a good song. I also like, what's the other one? The first one that came out.
Is that the cable one?
Cable Car, yeah. They have a few good songs.
Yeah, shout out ODB.
I actually, I saw them in concert a couple times.
Would you pick me for Music Jeopardy?
You're pretty good. It's either you or Shane, depending on the era. Shane's is pretty good.
No, he's old, so he knows like.
That's what I mean. If I need to go back,
but like range and going back.
I
can give you
for modern, I definitely go you.
I can give you Dionne Warwick or
anything like 90s and on. I'm taking you.
Robert Palmer, like that's
for sure.
Good range.
If I need 60s, 70s, 80s, I'm probably going.
No,
Shane.
70s. I'm your dude.
Okay, I'm just saying. A lot of times you turn to Shane.
Do you want him to know anything about black people?
Again, it depends on the categories.
Shane, who's Bill Withers?
Lean on me.
Damn it. That was probably too easy.
Nailed it. He actually came and talked to USC when Pete Carroll was there. I remember that.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why. I like Bill Withers. I like that song a lot. I help you carry on.
They let him come from over across the street in Watts to the gated community of SC.
Yeah, well, I don't know where Bill Withers lives. I don't
say, yeah. Like, I don't know. Just rocking with poor black people.
I don't want to make assumptions. I hope Bill Withers
took good care of his money.
I hope he's doing great with the royalties from that song. Maybe he had some other good songs too that I'm not aware of, but I know.
Is he still alive?
Ooh, I'm gonna absolutely go with "Did," as Zoe would say.
He is passed.
Yeah. That's a pretty safe bet.
March 30th, 2020.
Ooh, not that safe.
R.I.P. Bud.
Damn, for
81.
his era, he had a nice long life.
I mean, yeah,
He
it's like
survived civil rights.
it's like the defensive tackle that's still alive at 86 who played in the 60s and 70s.
I don't even know why I said barbiturates.
That's astonishing.
What? Can you Google? Do you know how to spell barbiturates? I can't even really
We'll
remember.
figure
what
it out.
is.
I'm pretty good at Googling pharmaceuticals. Nailed it. What's up?
You're fantastic. We got to get to Michigan Lance. Shane, should we talk to Michigan Lance? This dude's probably like,
I don't think he's going to want to talk to you guys after all that.
We are not going to get to NFL this morning.
Yeah.
Let's get.
Well, we weren't going to do it out of the gates.
No, we're probably going to do it about now. Michigan Lance. What's going on, buddy?
Good morning, boys. Hey, what's so funny, man?
I don't know,
I'm mad
man.
I can't listen at the same time.
Just a lot of issues.
You'll have to go back. DB was acting nonsensical this morning.
Lot of passive aggressive nonsense this morning.
Who, me?
Ravi
Okay.
race baiting as usual.
No, that's not
The
true.
Jason Ravi Whitlock.
Ravi?
I'm the one sitting here saying
Oh.
I like. Wow. First of all,
You like what? You
Out
like
of-
what?
out of
Penn
pocket.
State out of bounds.
Out of pocket. That's like
You
Amari
like
and
Dick Buster
Jackson 2
cannot
years
lie?
ago out of bounds. All right. My guy wasn't even still on the white line. Maybe that's where the ref got confused because he got back into the green by the track. That's out of line. Anyway.
Sorry.
No, he was talking about country and hip hop mashups, and I was like talking about how I don't like the country part. So I don't know how I'm race baiting this morning.
Oh, 40 acres and a mule.
You brought that up. You always bring that up.
How did we get to 40 acres in the middle?
He
Because
brought,
it-
up,
We get this.
he brought up Kendrick. Well, no, Shane played Kendrick, and I was like, oh, I like Kendrick better than Drake. And he's like, oh, why? The 40 acres and a mule?
Bill Withers surviving civil rights eras.
Again, something you said.
Man, what are we talking about here,
Listen,
man?
it's just been
None of this.
I was talking about how it's
Sounds
stunning
right.
that Bob Lilly, a 60s and 70s defensive lineman, is still alive at 86. And you're like, Bill Withers survived civil rights. And I was like, okay, cool, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how that's related.
It needs context. Don't worry about it. What's up? What's up, buddy?
Oh man, this is. Hey man, it's Thursday. This sounds like a Friday show, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the Friday shows have to lock up now because it's football season. We got to get it out sometime.
Right.
I'm
Hey,
going all the
well,
way
before-
back to the first segment. He said something about
This is
who
the
was-
first segment.
Who was the group where I said, "Are they really brothers?"
All for one.
Yeah, I did say that. Hey, when you were growing,
All
that's
for
your
one.
era. That's your era. You probably
Yes.
couple skated to that. Did you like All for One? I swear, and all that other stuff they sing.
I mean, I liked it when I listened to it. It wasn't nothing I was going out to buy or anything like that. You know
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
just like radio songs.
When you listen to it, wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it was a radio song, man.
Yeah, I
it,
got you.
it wasn't. I mean, they weren't Jodeci or Boys to Men or High Five.
They were like
or The
knockoff.
Boys.
They were like
weren't none of
knockoff
those.
Boys to
High
Men.
five.
They were like knockoff Boys to Men.
Wait, high five.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
How
like
did high?
Five.
How
Are
did
you
high?
serious?
How did high five get into? Okay, now they had a couple, but we're really
A
putting
couple.
We're putting
Yeah,
high
more than a
five.
couple.
We're putting high five in the Jodeci genre. I mean, Jodeci
No,
had
they're one. They're
bangers.
one tier below. Yeah, it's so that. Hey man, go look. Hey,
High
man,
five
go
is like
to
shy.
DB. No
High
way.
five
Shy
is
was
like
a
Shy.
one-hit wonder.
Do you want to
Shy
play
had
a
one album.
Do you want to play a
What are we
super
talking
fun
about?
game with All for One that might get us all fired?
The record sales.
No.
Man.
What?
Okay, so remember when you're like you weren't sure they're all brothers or if any of them are brothers or anything like that?
Yeah.
Why
Let
weren't
me-
they white and black mixed in or something?
Let me
Hey, Dr.
read.
Brothers?
I
Go
thought
ahead.
we agreed, Lance, long ago. We would stop saying mixed.
Can we?
There's not a cocktail.
What's the correct term?
I don't know.
Hey, you know the era I'm
Multiracial,
from.
biracial.
Man.
I like
Well,
mixed is like gin and
Hey,
tonic.
man.
As-
You want a mixed drink?
As
Mom-
somebody that's
Mama
got a
call 'em
little
mixed,
bit of
I'ma
something,
call 'em
I
mixed.
need to know what to call myself.
Wait, what'd you say, Lance?
Mama called them mixed. My mama, your grandmama, your granddaddy called them mixed. We gonna call them mixed.
Oh,
Stop that, DB.
All right, my bad.
Don't act like you ain't come from that era.
I forgot. Did I just get my wrist slapped? I think I did.
Okay,
Hey,
so do
man.
we want to play a game that we can identify which members from All for One are what based on name?
Sure.
Because I think we can tell. So I will give. There are two guys that are for sure black. There is one guy I'm not sure about, and there is one that is definitely a white.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You tell me which they are based on the names.
See, this is the coded language David Ravi Duke uses to have shows with
I didn't
me.
go to Providence. I'm just asking what you
Good
think.
shooter.
Great shooter. I'm just asking what you think based on the names.
Okay.
Because I think it's telling.
Okay.
All right. Jamie Jones.
What?
Delius Kennedy.
Jamie throws me off, but I'll say black.
All right, so we got one black, one white,
Jamie
or one
Jones,
black, one
black.
white. For Jamie Jones, Delius Kennedy.
Brother.
Who, Kennedy?
Delius.
Like, what's
No,
the
that gotta be a brother.
dealio?
That's definitely black.
Okay.
That's definitely
Got
black.
two black on that one. Alfred Navarez.
Ooh, Navarez is throwing me.
Oh, gotta be white. Or whatever.
Let's
Mexican,
go.
not black.
Wait.
I'm gonna say that. Non-black.
Let's for the sake of staying employed, let's just say other.
Okay, because like I said, there's two that are definitely
other.
brothers.
I'm with
There's
that.
one that I
Yeah.
don't know, and there's one that's a white.
Okay.
And then, so if we know there's only one white for sure,
Which
just
is probably Jamie.
remember. Well, let's get to this last name.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the
Smith?
last name?
Tony Borowiak.
Oh, first. Okay, so let me.
Oh,
flip
white.
flop.
Oh,
So
whatever.
Lance
I don't
was
know.
right.
It's
The
not
first
black.
guy
Whatever
was
you
the
wanna
brother.
call it, European.
That guy was.
He's European.
Ding, ding, ding. We have figured it out.
Yeah, good job, Lance. You went 4 for 4.
Good job, Lance. I'm proud of you.
Dang, you got your boy. All right, what's up with the What's up with the Cowboys?
Hey, y'all better have me on, man. We went through 10 minutes of nonsense there. It wasn't nonsense actually like that.
Man, it's going to be a long
Hey.
season. All the belly aching and crying over a 2017 victory, man. I need to keep my sanity.
Oh, I got a question for that
Oh,
game
Lord.
at the end. But I gotta say, I gotta say this real quick before I get to the Cowboys, man. I gotta send.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, hey, good man. Hey, I gotta say condolences out to Joshua Wilson. He was a kid that I coached at Concordia at the time. PJ Smith was the head coach, and I was an assistant. And Coach Daly at Central, and Coach Johnson at South. On that staff, and coached that kid. He passed away by suicide, and parents and kids who are listening, and one thing I tell my kids is, man, just talk to somebody. Whatever you got going on, if it's not us, your mom and your dad, let it be a family member or you know what I mean, or aunt, uncle, somebody that you can trust and that's close, that you know what I mean, that you can just express your feelings and what you're going through. Don't walk through silence, you know what I mean, if you're not in a good place. So just, condolences to him and his family, and appreciate them. I can tell you something funny, though. So when we played, he came out like the second day of school. And so, hey, man, I don't know what year this was, but it was the Chubb's first term. And so, that all that stuff is fresh. Mm-hmm. My man rolls out to practice with a MAGA hat on. Make America Great Again. I'm like, whoa. I was like, hey, did he know what he was walking into when he walked outside and saw all these brothers coaching? and so I said, hey, MAGA, come here. Because I didn't know him at the time, I didn't know his name, so I just called him MAGA because of the hat. Hey, man, come on over here. Hey, man, what's going on? What you doing? You should play football? He said, yeah. I said, okay. And I said, so, football, okay, he's a little scrawny kid at the time. I said, okay, well, what made you come out? Well, I want to go into the service. And so I figured football give me some discipline and some toughness. I said, all right, man, right on. And sent him about his way. But and he ended up fulfilling that dream, being in the National Guard, National Air Army Guard. Yeah. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But he did fulfill that dream into doing that, man. So just good stuff. So I thought that, wanted to share that. But the Cowboys documentary, have y'all watched that?
No, not yet. But I hear if whether you're a Cowboys fan or you're anti-Cowboys, it is must watch because you get both.
Hey, man, this is how I look at it. I'm an adult, so I can watch things that I don't necessarily have to be a fan of or 100% all in. It's good TV, man. Hey, those guys were honest in their way and how they speak. Troy Aikman on there is the way he talks and his honesty and truth is like you, DB. He reminded me of you because I would say like, oh man, that's a terrible looking shirt you got on. But DB would say something like, yeah, that shirt really isn't conducive with the pants you got on. I don't know, something like that, using some type of big word. But he's really insulting you, letting you know, like, no, that's a terrible shirt. He just says it in a different way. And that's what Troy Aikman does.
Nice backhanded compliment, jerk.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I think it's possible, Lance, that DB talks to you differently than he talks to me. Because I feel like he would just tell me he hates the shirt, if I'm being real.
Well,
I did hit you with the Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, no, I got that. That's
well,
fine. And I told you it wasn't very creative.
Let me say it like this. Okay, let me say it like this. When he's on TV, because Troy Aikman was on TV.
Yeah.
When DB's on air and on TV, he is telling the audience something, the truth, and he's being honest, but he's just saying it in a different way where it doesn't, like he does with you, Ravi, offend you or let people take it like
however they want to.
The wrong way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, so DB is not a back because I understand. I'm like, oh, I know what he's saying because I got a friend that does the same thing. Like I get it. You're on TV because if you do say it direct, people are just they're not really gonna understand it.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, Troy.
I like Aikman quite a bit.
Man.
Aikman has grown on me perhaps more than anybody not named Miguel Cotto or God, they're guys that I've just done a 180 on.
You like the illegal raps guy?
I got you. Yeah. You can at least admit to saying that. And Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali, I've done a one. There's a few guys I've done a 180
Did you turn around on my man Tyson?
Yeah,
Mike Tyson?
I like Mike Tyson though.
Thank you.
I like Mike. I couldn't. I hated Tyson.
Yeah. I get it
forever.
And you understand why I did like it.
So,
yeah. You know what I mean?
One guy that's not getting a 180, LeBron James.
Here we go with that guy.
No,
hey, that commercial is great. That new commercial is amazing. Go ahead and cry yourself, Brian. There's nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
Hey man,
you buried KD, but we're giving LeBron his flowers. Okay,
man.
Whatever.
I'm actually, I'm joking with that. My man is highly insecure, so hey, man, it comes with the
more insecure than KD because it's pretty close.
Knock it
off.
Well,
they both are.
KD's
no,
pretty
they both
insecure.
are. Most definitely. So they both are highly insecure. Most definitely. Shaq.
They keep statistics.
It's called daddy issues.
Listen, they keep national statistics on crime rates for what you're doing right now. Can you move on? This is officially black on black crime.
KD is so.
And now you got my other ambiguous friend piling on too.
The ambiguously brown duo. So KD is so insecure that he left his by far and admittedly favorite basketball situation ever because he wasn't getting enough credit.
You can't help yourself.
Yeah, because KD is.
I could say Armstrong landed on the moon, and if I somehow say Phoenix, Golden State.
Brooklyn.
He can find a way to weave in burying Kevin Garnett or Durant. It doesn't matter what I say.
Or
I'm all in with you on that, Ravi.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Well,
like, come on. It's
I'm not gonna.
This is coming from the guy that basically got kicked out of the barbershop again over the mama's boy crying over "You're the real MVP."
Listen, I didn't have a problem with that.
Is that me?
Oh,
I didn't have a problem.
You don't remember? You went in for like 30 minutes over that.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, because that was bad. Hey man,
listen,
you talk about black on black crime.
I don't have a problem with
that. Hey man, single mothers need to stop having their sons as their
Here we go.
What do you call it?
Unconscious
husband or something. You know what I mean? Like
subconsciously making your son the head of the household.
Filling the emotional void usually there.
I don't need to hear from you right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to.
And then sons, stop acting like your mother is more important than your significant other. That's not right. I mean, there's nothing good or right about that. Like, we need to stop that with society. And stop saying mama at 40 years old or 50 years old or 60 years old. Mama. Go do it for mama. Shut up, Deion Sanders. Why you got me going in on these people? CDB? Come on, man. Do it for mama. Stop.
Should it just be mom? What's the protocol here, Lance? Mrs. Durant? What are we doing?
Man. I'm just saying, man.
Is there an acceptable term for your mother?
I'm talking about in the culture, man.
No.
Listen, I don't care what you call her. I don't care what you call her at.
All right, Lance. We'll talk to you later, bud. Wow. We got Michael Rose-Ivey coming up next. God knows for what. We'll see what happens. Hurrdat Sports Live.
At Centrist Federal Credit Union, we understand that the journey of building your own business typically starts with modest beginnings. With a little help from our team of experts and small business loan offerings, you can take your vision and transform it into a more concrete reality. Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I mean, I think we're lucky that we have that stage to play on, and we have so many new people this year. We have Virginia, a lot of the freshmen are new, so having them get to experience what Nebraska is all about and how much love and support we have from the fans and from people across the country, I think it's super cool for them to experience that, because before you get here, you don't really understand. So I think it's been really fun for all of them to experience it, and it's also fun for the upperclassmen and the people who have been here to watch them embrace it and watch them take it all in. And, you know, the older girls were a little used to it by now, but it never gets old. So it's just been super fun, and all the freshmen have worked so hard this whole preseason and going into the season. So it's been really cool to see them grow and see them enjoy what Nebraska volleyball is all about.
No, I mean, I have a lot of belief in myself and this staff here and the protocol they put me on to like get me back, the rehab and all that. I've been through it my freshman year. We have all these brand new facilities, so I think I told my dad, I was like, there's no other place in the country that I'd want to be hurt than here with this staff and with these, you know, resources that we have. So it never really crossed my mind that I couldn't get back. I mean, we never really had that conversation. It was more just kind of competition all the way up until the game. And, you know, Tyler's really pushed me, and I feel like my game and his game have both developed so much over fall camp and with our competition, and it just continues to get better. Both of us, you know, we talk about picking one thing to improve on each day and run and pass. And I feel like we both kind of had some of the things that were similar that we wanted to improve on, whether it's pad level, elbows in, punch timing. And, you know, just watching film together, we really both matured a lot together. And I I just feel like it's been a great journey.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, reminding you, if you're out on the road this morning, make sure you get that seatbelt fastened and make it click. It prevents injuries and saves lives. This message brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office. We are joined now by our friend Michael Rose-Ivey, former Husker and high school coach down in Missouri. Michael, how you doing this morning?
Doing good, guys. How you guys doing?
Oh, man, MRI, I'm trying to – you ever – I don't know. You probably don't because you're a lot more mature than me. We just had a first hour. I have no idea what happened. It got away from us. We talked about everything from Bill Withers to 40 Acres and a Mule to the Dallas Cowboys documentary to country. I don't even know what happened, MRI.
You guys are real Gen Z today, I guess.
Wow.
Just squirrels. Just squirrels. You know, funny thing, my son had I went to my son's soccer practice, and man, as a 4-year-old, and prayers and due diligence to that coach. It was tough to watch. It was tough to watch.
You said you went real Gen Z this morning. There's another nice reference.
That seems a little aggressive, but all right.
It's okay. Listen, of all the offensive things that have been said this morning, MRI, that's just a drop in the bucket.
Man. Hey man, when you're around them every day, you know, like I am, like we are, you see some things.
And sometimes you just gotta shake your head.
You gotta shake your head and keep walking.
Keep it moving.
Not today, Satan.
All right. So there were so many good things that you touched on in your first, you know, our imaging MRI segment where we talked about fitting in the run game and quarters and man-to-man. And, man, how long or how quickly did you deduce, shoot, all this man-to-man on the back end, Cincinnati with the motions and the late movements, and how soon did you know that was going to maybe slow down Nebraska in reading their keys in an opener?
You know, we talked about it in the, you know, whole back and forth quarters, man stuff. You know, Butler kind of maybe more quarters, you know, real more man. And early on, it was pretty much a lot of cover one. And I think it was more so just the confidence they had in their DBs. Obviously, Marsh started off the first play with a nice defense pass breakup. But you could tell they're confident in those guys cover. We saw Diamond Jones pop off the table or pop off on the film. You know, I think early on, as you saw it, as Butler said, Sorsby turned into a high school game later on. You know, I mean, that was pretty much it. Once he started to see that it was going to be man, guys going to be turning and running with the receivers. That's when it kind of got a little more wide open for him. And, you know, I think it's not something to, you know, I think you said it quite a few times, nothing to freight or get worried about as Husker fans, right? Definitely fixable. And I think it's more fixable with scheme than it needs to be with personnel. You know, I think the personnel's there. I think there's some things we can do a little bit differently, work some different rush counters and things like that to be able to take away those gaps. But, you know, again, for a first game opener, I think you saw a pretty good idea of what Nebraska's defense philosophically would be. Now it's just getting that personnel to, like you said, trigger, play fast, and be aggressive in those fits.
Real quick, MRI, when you're playing so much man and you have to communicate pre-snap with motion, what kind of experience, and I know you were a two-gap guy and it was a little different, but you understand like the +1 and why you guys bracketed and stuff like that for the run game. How quickly, when we say, oh, Nebraska looks slow or they're not this, where it's compounded by the fact that when you do have to fit in the run game playing so much man, you need your keys to kind of settle, right? Like you have to real-time process where they're going to end up, how it relates, how you want to fit in the run game.
You're gonna know what I'm talking about, DB. My man, my fit, right?
100%.
My man, my fit. And like you said, my fit has to get to its ending point, right? Perfect example is just talking about with a fan on X last night. The goal line touchdown, right? Where they ran the triple option, brought both tight ends across. And they were in man-to-man coverage.
Talking about Sorsby scramble?
No, not even the scramble. It was on the goal line, 3-yard line. They sifted both tight ends across.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Got outside. I think it was Shavers.
Yep.
And obviously Shavers, he's a quarterback player, right? He got too far up the field, right? He could have been more square to the line of scrimmage. But the person truly initially that should have leveraged it was Buford. And Buford was coming from the other, or was on the same side, but then you also had another DB with the other tight end coming over that had to leverage his guy. And he ended up leveraging it, but we're on the 3-yard line. I mean, how much you going to be able to leverage it from being on the opposite hash and the ball's going to the opposite pylon, you know? So the communication has to be there. And you saw him on that play, you saw him communicate. You know what I mean? I think, again, schematically, there's a way, you know, we can pass those off. You know, in Bo's terminology, we call that banjo. Hey, we're going to go 2-on-1 on the back. Or we're going to go 2-on-1 on the tight end. Hey, if the tight end goes this way, I'll take him. You go to the post. If the tight end goes your way, you take him. I'll go to the post, or however way we're going to do it. And I think, again, it's not nothing I see as personnel. I see it more as schematically. There's some things they can do to help their guys be in better position to make those type plays. But like I said, that's one you got to chalk. That's a great play call by the offense coordinator and good execution. Now, we had the numbers there. The body was there. We talk about the +1 and numbers advantage. Like, we had that on that play. But, I mean, Sorsby's a good athlete. I mean, you got to give him that. You know, he's a good competitor. And sometimes they do get in the end zone, you know, but I think it's easily fixable.
Let me ask you something. I apologize, Rob.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let me ask you something. So little things like head placement, or, you know, an inside move, or not taking on a puller to occupy a blocker, just things that, you know, fundamentally you teach.
Mm-hmm.
At what point, or how long, or how competitive do you make it as a coach to figure out, do I need to do something different philosophically, or do I need to play different people?
I think in their case, with how young especially that front seven is, I think you want to exhaust as much. Yes. I want to see this. If this is going to be the group, if this is going to be the group up front for the first 3 to 4 games, I want to see that. And knowing the way they've been competitive in their practices, the way Rule speaks about, you know, the skill set, the skill set depth, maybe not the experience depth they have at the D-line position. You know, we have guys that may be ready. You know, a couple of guys that maybe still be warming up in the bullpen, getting ready to go for that Big Ten stretch. And now we can expand their role, you know, a little bit more. So I want to see them play. I want to see them make mistakes. And I think, obviously, I know Michigan's looming, and everyone's thinking, hey, we got to make sure we're at 100% peak right there. But you know, I think it's going to be it's going to be ebbs and flows. It's going to be ups and downs. And I think you gotta just take every week for what it is. You know, honestly, I couldn't tell you anything about Akron. I tried to find the Akron-Wyoming game, and I found a TikTok said that may have been the worst football game in college football history. So I really don't care what Akron does. I think this is all about Nebraska this week. You know what I mean? Going in, fixing the things they need to fix schematically. If we need to do something a little bit differently, let's do that. But at the end of the day, I want to see these guys make mistakes, right? I want to see them make mistakes fast, because we're going to have this group for a while, hopefully, for at least the next 2 years. So it'll be good to see them get that experience now as we continue to develop other guys in our practices and on our scouting teams.
Michael, so I wanted to ask you about the defensive line. You talked about kind of the diversity of skill sets there and the depth of skill sets with the different pieces, and how you like the talent, but we don't have a ton of experience there, which is, I think, all true. I also was really interested because in your I'm going to call it Twitter still, because it feels weird to call it X. On your Twitter breakdown of Cincinnati's offense, you were basically dead on in everything that happened and was going to happen against Nebraska's defense. You predicted a close game. That's what we got as well. So I'm curious, when you're watching that and you're seeing all the movement they're trying to get done on that front, and you see sort of the rushing attack that Cincinnati was able to mount mostly in the last 2 drives, if we're being honest. When Sorsby stuff, because I believe they were under 100 yards of total offense halfway through the fourth, or 100 yards of rushing offense halfway through the fourth quarter.
Right.
How much of that are you like, hey, that's on the defensive line, versus, you know, hey, maybe we leave a spy in there a little bit sooner to try and negate some of those scramble yards, because a lot of those, especially in the fourth quarter, weren't designed runs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct. I mean, that last big one, I mean, they dropped back off play action. I think 3 or 4 receivers went deep, and they're in a bracket, you know, man match, man type of coverage. I mean, you got to have – and that was my biggest thing I said coming out of it. I think the biggest concern, if you're going to have one with this D-line, is, will we find a guy that can win one-on-one? And that's where it's going to be. If you want to play these NFL style man match, cover two, with exotic
we're captivated with size and girth. It's about winning one.
Who can win the edge? Yeah, who can win the edge? And they have to find that. They have to find a guy who can do that. Is it bringing down a backer and putting them at the at the end spot on third down? Is it more athletic options there at the opposite end spot? I think that's what we got to kind of look at.
So let me sing.
I mean,
all right.
Can I follow up?
Yeah.
So if I'm rewatching the game, Michael, I basically only watched the lines for the most recent time I rewatched the game, just because I wanted to see that exact thing you were talking about. I wanted to see on the running plays that Nebraska was giving up or doing well on the offensive side, how much of it was getting reset or how much of it was resetting the line of scrimmage either direction, right? And I felt like what you're talking about, guys that can win one-on-one. I thought Williams-Nwaneri did that. I thought he wasn't very good at staying
just lane integrity,
like gap sound, right?
Yeah.
Lane integrity, right? So I thought he was winning, but there's a thing that he's got to be a little bit more disciplined on, right? And then I thought pretty consistently Keona Davis beat his guy. So I'm curious if you saw that as well, and if you think they've got the guys to win those one-on-ones, or if they do need to get a little bit more creative, bring a linebacker down or something like that.
I think in the run game, I think it's going to be a lot of what we saw, a lot of stunts, a lot of movement slants, getting guys across the face, making the ball bounce. I mean, they're going to utilize that speed on the back end to, fly. I mean, I love Deshaun Singleton, how he comes down and plays football.
He got much better too.
Man,
right?
Yeah. Yep. That first opening drive tackle he made.
A little with those two-way goes, but
me, I'm people. It's fine.
No, you're certainly not alone.
I know.
Like, so let me. Can I stay right there for a second? Am I right? And let's just keep it a buck, right? Because we know we're talking about number 8. With what they're asking this secondary to do, my man, my fit, the multiple fronts, how much pressure do you think there is on that back three? I mean, because, and I know Guthrie didn't get a ton of snaps. I think he maybe 4 or 5. And, he had the missed tackle on the long run. We talked about Buford fitting in the run game. Singleton early trying to settle down with some two-way goes. You saw they put Donovan Jones in run fits, back that close side with a tight end. How much pressure do you think there is on this secondary to be able to not just get guys to the ground, but to really, truly set edges and boundary run?
It's tough. I mean, they want them in the box. I mean, whether you're playing starting in the roof or we're rolling you down, in different coverages or just in man-to-man coverage, like they want those guys fitting. And I think the skill set for them and versatility for all those 3 guys in our back end, I think that lends itself to be able to do that. I think they trust them to play fast and to be able to fit, in the run. Also play in coverage. I think that skill set has to be something they lean on, and I think that's why you're going to see a lot of movement. You're going to see a lot of A and B gaps being canceled with stunts and gaps because they know they got guys that can fly around. Again, it's a lot of pressure, right? You would like for that D-line to be taken away by let's get some guys that can win a one-on-one, right? Or, it's that twofold thing. You understand it as a coach. Either I need a guy who's going to win a one-on-one, or I'm going to have to pitch a perfect game. You know what I mean? As far as when I call my stunts, where I call it, looking at who am I actually stunting into that gap.
So that's the thing, right? We saw the very first play. They tried the little TE, the late show where your jack slams C-gap, a loop Judy. He got picked off, right? So it looks like to the naked eye, oh, man, he's driven off the ball. But as a coach, you're thinking, all right, he probably should be a little flatter.
Right.
Our end man did a really good job, a good first step. Does he need to be quicker? Is it his depth, or is he even capable? That's something that the coaches can decide after they continually try to teach the technique, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think, again, I want to see these guys make mistakes. Obviously, we want to see them put points on the board, but I think it's okay for what we're seeing right now. Now, if this is week 5, week 6, we're deep in Big Ten, we're seeing the same stuff, then we got a problem. Either we should change personnel earlier, or philosophically we need to, figure something else out. But, again, I think this is a great week for them to get confidence back in their base scheme and I plan on probably seeing a lot of cover one. It's going to probably be a lot of my man, my fit stuff. They want to see those guys tackle. I know it's going to be loud in the stadium, and those guys feeding off that energy just like it was at Arrowhead. So it's going to be. I'm not saying it's going to be a good game, but I'm definitely watching to see what what are the adjustments? What are they doing differently? Are they going to just kind of play it, just play it base and kind of get to the next week?
What's the difference when you hear Coach Rule say, "Hey, we won't see a lot of Sorsby's," versus we probably need to shore up some things when we get QB run game, right? There's truth, probably, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's truth in it. But again, when you go back and look at it again, the runs he got off structure, out of structure of the play. A lot of his Zion's run weren't really big runs. And again, I think Ravi said it earlier that going to that spot a little bit earlier and finding different ways. I mean, you gotta use, if we do get in a situation like that, which I think Childs is probably the next guy we'll probably be able to see who can really run like that. I know we got who's the kid from Michigan, Underwood. He's can run.
That's a
mistake. I feel like he's more of a power guy.
He's the brother, but he's not really a runner by
right. Name. Yeah. I don't see him being. I see him kind of being more like Sorsby in the sense that a lot of his runs may come off of off the.
And I don't think that's what he'd like to do either. He wasn't really like that in high school. I don't know. So I could see Chillis, maybe Gronowski, down the road at Iowa is a good athlete, but
right. But I think again, they got to find a guy that's going to win one-on-one regardless. You know what I mean? Especially in the pass rush. If you're going to have 7 guys back in coverage.
So, Michael, I'm glad you brought up the coverage part of this, because I do think when we're talking about concerns about the defense, we kind of conveniently overlooked the fact that they gave up 69 yards of passing in the entire game, which is kind of an absurd number. Like, how much of when you're watching that film are you just saying, like, okay, I understand you got to clean up the QB run game on the scrambles, especially because those were really the only QB runs where they got chunked, right? We're off a non-designed QB run. So you're like, okay, we definitely have to clean that up. How much of it, though, are you looking at as somebody who played defense, somebody who coaches, where you go, okay, you're always giving up something, like you understand there's a weakness in whatever defense you're running. How much of it do you watch and you're like, hey, they were basically going to say, hey, you're going to have to drive down the field running because you're just not going to hit any chunk pass plays on us, which they didn't the entire game.
Right, and that was the game. I think, when Cincinnati was clicking last year, it was being able to run and be able to hit shot plays. And I think they said, okay, you might be able to run the ball, and I I don't know what the exact numbers were for the running backs as far as rushing, but I don't think they were over 100, maybe combined. But either way, you're going to give up something, right? And again, they make them drive down the field. The coverage, when you look at the coverage and you look at it, say, I really can only see like maybe one or miss 2 opportunities in Cincinnati in the pass game. But other than that, I mean, they were blanketed, and guys were well prepared for the route concept they were running. Was in fairly good technical position, and made plays on the football. I think that's one thing we've always talked about in Nebraska. Our DBs, sometimes we just don't feel like we're confident enough, like knowing we're in position to go make plays on the football. And I mean, you saw that several times. But we got more experience back there, and I think that's something we got to remember, that on the top end, those 5 DBs, right? We got a little bit of game experience, got a little bit of awareness of the game and things like that, and how fast you got to play in those type of things. So you're hoping that maturity on the back end, right, will help, right, as those younger guys on the front end gain more experience, get more knowledge of the game, and that light bulb truly comes on. You know what I mean? When the lights come on Saturdays.
Let me ask you something, MRI, because nobody better to speak to it. So, a couple times, we're so worried about what's happening on the interior of that defense. A lot of it comes from second level fitting as well, right? Playing pullers and leveraging the ball. I'll say this, Watson, Trent, and Shavers missed what I felt like would be a considerable amount of time for inexperienced guys leading into a game week. And I get it, Watson, Trent, you got almost 400 tackles. You're not inexperienced in playing football.
Right, but
you do have to replicate game speed coming out of camp. How much of you think fitting from the second level is reactionary because I've seen it enough, i.e. reps, versus I need to play with my guys more from a trust standpoint to help me hit my fits. Like, what's that kind of balance like? Is he boxing it for me? Do I trust it's a spill? Like, how much of the trust can speed up your style of play from the second level?
I'll tell you what, I never played faster when I had Vincent Valentine, Malik Collins. I mean,
probably helps a little bit.
I'm a 4.775 guy, DB, but you got those two big bodies in front of you. Randy Gregory on the outside. I mean, you're gonna play a little fast. But I think it's a little bit of both, man. And I think it's too within the structure of the calls. Like, if you're gonna be stunting a lot, right, up front, those backers better know how to play patient, but know when to trigger, where to trigger, and understand, have gone through different scenarios, how that ball's rolled outside. Okay, hey,
is that the reps part?
Yeah, that's the reps. That's the reps.
Okay.
You got to get the reps, and two, you got to see it versus different schemes, right? Nebraska, our offense is quote unquote multiple, right? They run a little bit of everything, right? Okay. But you're not going to see everything in fall camp. And I know they do a good job within those last 2 weeks of camp.
You certainly aren't going to see two-back lead, right?
Right. Yeah.
Base kick. Like, you're not seeing that a ton.
You're not seeing that. So as a backer, if I got a lot of movement up front, I'm trying to feel the flow of the back, understand my fit on maybe a fullback or puller, while also knowing that, hey, I might have a guy cross my face because he's stunting into the B gap, right? So just getting that familiarity with each other, knowing that, hey, if I'm behind such and such number, hey, he might not get across as fast, right? So maybe I need to lean more to the play side a little more. Now, if I got somebody, he's moving, he's getting across, or I know this stunt, we're going to execute it well because, I've seen this situation in practice, then I can play a little bit faster. But I think it's a little bit of both, having an experience of getting the reps, seeing the run concepts, but also understanding that with this defensive line and this front and what Butler's doing, there's going to be a lot of movement in front, right? So being able to, I don't want aggressive reaction, right? I don't want to say just reactionary, but being aggressive in my reaction. And when I see it, I go, I feel it, and I be physical, at the point of contact. Knowing too, you got three guys on the back end. It's also coming down and working fast too. So I think that should kind of open you up to be more, aggressive and downhill, in some points.
One of the things I was impressed with, number sake aside, is I didn't mind McCullough in the run game because he was so decisive.
Mm-hmm.
When you when you play with a guy that gets to where he's going, sometimes in essence is that fourth D lineman.
Mm-hmm.
How does that help you on the second level?
Man, I kind of see all the confidence in that first play. He kind of stalked around and then jumped out.
Yeah, that was that late movement front, right?
And I saw that the first play, DB, and I can't say we saw anything like that the rest of the game. So I would be very, very shocked if that's not something that pops up later on.
That's a good pull, right? He looked like a radar guy. Then all of a sudden,
just found his spot. But I think like you said, his decisiveness, on his stunts, like he's going where he's going and he's going fast. I think the other thing too is you can see like he's probably has some of the most experience on that front seven. Playing and transfer. I know Trent obviously played as well, but playing at Oklahoma and playing in a bigger stage. I think he's a guy that has to be a chess piece. We saw later on in the game. We talk about those runs later, Ravi, on those scrambles, and it was some situations they blitzed him, and they also had him on a spy. And when they had him on a spy 2 or 3 times, Sorsby's in the pocket. I mean, that guy, he runs like a deer. You know what I mean? He's long-legged, and I think he's a guy that has to be a focal point. I could see him maybe, getting him into we used to have a rush package, just a basic odd package with Randy, where he would stand up, kind of how he got that pick on pick 6 that one game at home.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see some packages where they're going to isolate him. He could be that guy, DB, talk about bringing a backer down to be that fourth rusher. I could see him kind of entering into that role, just using his athleticism and speed, on that weak side, blind side, and just kind of letting them go. So I would like to see that more because I think he can open up a different level as defense with his versatility, pass rushing.
All right, and here's the other thing too. If you want to use him in the run game, he goes so hard. He is decisive. He does get to where he's going. Can you see them probably spilling more with him than as a box guy that has to kind of hold point and maybe box it for an inside backer. He looks like a prime guy to, like, knife in on a puller, take on, squeeze on the down blocks. He looks like a guy you could use to be a pretty good spill guy.
Yeah, I think that would be ideal, especially with the speed on the back end. Getting the ball to the sideline, letting those guys kind of run and rally. So yeah, I think that role fits him perfectly. Long arms. Again, it's just a decisiveness, a different. We talk about that light bulb. When the light bulb's on for him, like he's seen it, enough times to where when I see my key or I know, hey, I'm going to this gap, I can play fast because I trust, right, that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's what I've been coached to do. So I think there's a level of accountability for him too, and just discipline and assignment that we just got to get from those guys with and get them more experience, as they keep rolling.
I'm all right. Let's flip to the other side of the ball real quick before we let you go here, because we heard a lot about, hey, I wish Nebraska had been a little bit more aggressive, trying to push the ball down the field, stuff like that. When you see how Cincinnati was playing with their kind of umbrella coverage with the 3 deep safeties and how they were trying to defend Nebraska, what did you think about Nebraska's game plan and how it was executed?
Exactly what you're supposed to do. Exactly what you're supposed to do. I think if Dylan goes out there and tries to force it into windows, right, we're talking about a different result probably. You know what I mean? You get that Cincinnati offense more opportunities with the ball, with turnovers or just killing drives with, throwing the ball deep and those deep coverages. I mean, they run a similar scheme to Nebraska, but they're definitely a lot more, umbrella. They want to play Tampa 2, keep everything in front of them. They got that big nose tackle, I think, Corleone, who, I mean, he can play 3 gaps. He's going to play the A gap plus the B gap, the way he squeezes things. So that's just how they play. And I think
can you real quick explain when you have a guy that can actually, even if it's not intentional, act as a 1-man 2-gapper? How that you have a free free defender somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to command a double team. You know what I mean? He's going to command a double team. So, your backers can fly. They play that same 3-3-5 with the 3 high safety, your rover or star, whatever you call him in the middle. He can fly around and be a little more aggressive or more. You can lend him more to be in the passing game, and you can play that shell. And I think, we did what we're supposed to do. I mean, I think we were able to. I'd like to see us run the ball a little bit against that front. I think that's the
downhill
that's the thing for me.
You need more lead. You need more lead.
Yep.
I hope. You can speak to this. We may keep you for another year. The difference between offset backs and pistol, from your vantage point on the second level, with what direct full, like what flow looks like. It's a lot more lateral when offset versus pistol, which can be a little bit more direct. What's the difference in the run game for what you see when Nebraska's on offense?
Well, if we're in pistol, right, especially I'm just go from a backer and safety fit and kind of standpoint, right, we don't have a key as far as where that guy's going to go unless it's something formationally, right? Maybe tight and offset, how they motion, whatever the case may be. So we can't be so aggressive, right? So, something for us, probably for you guys, like first thing you talk about backers and DNs and stuff like that is, hey, is the back away from you or back to you? Well, if the back's away from you, what is it probably going to do? The ball's going to probably come to you so you can play faster. Now, if the back's to you or on your side, right, the ball's going to go away from you, so you probably need to be a slower player. So understanding that is vital. The pistol kind of gives you a little advantage.
Two-way go.
Yeah, two-way go, right? They can't really tell initially off the snap. And like you said, it's more downhill, right? It's more downhill and straight at you. And like I said, I would like to see, some ways, maybe, I don't know, true fullback or tight end in the backfield and leading through and using that opportunity to run those power runs against, that 3-man front.
That's huge. That right there, that's a cut up. Like that's the adjustment, I think, if you want to get downhill in the run game.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it's something that they can do.
You don't even have to change your scheme. It's it's alignment.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just alignment.
You can still get to duo. You can still run inside zone.
Mm-hmm.
Still run outside zone. Like, it's just a different way to get to it.
Yeah. No, I think it's something they definitely can add to their arsenal and, won't change philosophically anything they do,
Michael, let me ask you one more question. Last one for me, at least.
Okay.
It might be.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'll say I can't speak for what DB's going to do next.
I wait.
This might be a dumb question. So just like give me a little grace here. We were talking about Deshaun McCullough, and I was interested in the decisiveness we were talking about there. As a second-level guy, would you rather have somebody who decides quickly even though it might be wrong, or is indecisive for a long time?
Be wrong.
No, you better be wrong. 100%.
Be wrong.
Be wrong being 100%. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
listen, if we're all if
at least
If we're all wrong, we're all right.
all be wrong.
But be wrong fast. Okay.
Yep. That was a Mark Banker moniker right there. If we're all wrong, we're all right. And sometimes we were all wrong a lot. And I don't know if we were always right. So, that's one of those coaching cliches. Like, if you get a special team touchdown, you win the game 80% of the time. I got to see the numbers on it.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, you got no sense, I tell you.
Oh man, I love starting my morning off with you guys, man.
Man, we appreciate it. You've rapidly become everybody's favorite again. I don't know how we gave you a year off. That's on us.
And I think it was more on me, man. I was a little stressed at my last.
I think he was going through some stuff last year in his real job.
Yeah, that was
Hey, it's open arms, man. Ravi's favorite band. We're like Creed.
It's arms wide open, baby. Michael, we appreciate the time as always.
Man, appreciate you guys. You have a great day. Go Big Red.
That's our guy, MRI, getting that imaging done for us. We appreciate it as always.
I feel.
Does that make sense though?
Yeah, you be wrong. I'm telling you.
I don't even mean like be wrong together. I mean like okay, so like if Deshaun McCullough goes wrong but fast, does it make it a lot easier for the linebacker to know where to go?
What'd I tell you, Friday? Solve problems with aggression.
Okay.
That's on defense. You solve problems with aggression.
So at its core, that's my issue with Deshaun Singleton. I just feel like
you better get off Singleton.
I just feel like he's not wrong fast enough.
He's not the DB that got the hardest time.
I understand that.
And coaching, like
I understand
a couple
that.
other guys got to step up.
I didn't think Buford played very well either. If you want me to throw some other guys out there, like I didn't think he was great either. But we'll
no comment, Joe.
We'll get to that and much more. We might not get to the NFL till tomorrow. There's only one game tonight. It's not going to affect my prediction at all, one way or the other. We may not get to the NFL till tomorrow. We will get to it at some point, though.
Lance is back to hating context. Lance, you're gonna make me slap your wrist again. Knock it off.
You mean the?
Again,
the
online personality is different. That's not
stunned.
what we. Why do you hate context, buddy?
I'm stunned. Let's get a break here.
I'm still gonna vouch for it.
That's fine, and I'm not surprised. You ride with guys way too long. That's why I'm not surprised.
Why are you trying to hurt my feelings?
I'm not. You're
Did you
good.
not go back and listen to the first segment?
Good piece of cheese guy.
I do like cheese.
That's cheese is good, man. So I like those charcuterie boards.
Actually, you want to get to a call before we go to break?
No,
let's
do it.
Let's do it. Let me get the caller going here.
Hey, I just want to.
We've been on the air for 100 minutes.
I just want to stretch. Listen,
one
Bill
break.
and Chris, they're like, man, damn it, we better get our money. Stop taking breaks. You better talk your brains out. So we got to talk, man.
You know how we get the money? By taking breaks. How long have you been doing this, man? That's where the money comes from.
I don't know.
Well, you make the call.
I need help. Like the NFL?
Hold on.
Alcola can wait.
Here's the thing. We cannot take a break, but I'm doing a read right now.
Okay, do it.
Fair?
Yes.
Okay, because we have to get these in. Otherwise, no one's getting paid.
If you go to Brian real quick, then we'll take a break afterwards.
Stop it.
He's got this. Shane.
We're gonna do a read real quick because someone has to get paid around here.
Certainly ain't me.
And when you get paid, sometimes you need to save a little bit, whether you're saving for a necessity or an emergency fund or something special like a vacation. Centris Federal Credit Union has you covered, and they're here to help. Centris is a people-first credit union focused on helping you reach your financial goals, from saving accounts to money market certificates and their Centris Roundup program. They've got all the tools to help you save a little bit of money. Go to centrisfcu.org. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. All right, let's get to out of breath.
I
appreciate
like
that. You were doing my Vanna White over here. Yeah.
Damon Black.
That one wasn't me.
Damon Black. Not Vanna White.
Your outfit? You are doing a lot of all black today. You went black on black on black.
Wait, did you change dialect?
No, it's a black on black on black. I talk when I'm talking about clothes, I talk a little different.
This dude.
What? You want me to do the all for one thing again?
Spin the wheel, Pat.
I swear.
By the moon.
No, that I'm not going to try to kill you.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's get down to breath Brian here, and then we'll talk to another Brian at 8:45. Brian Edwards, see if we can make a little money. Brian, what's going on, bud?
Oh, no, hey, just had to call, beginning of the NFL season, and you know that good-looking star going to be on TV is the reason why you're going to watch football. I mean, you might not like the Cowboys, but just want you to think, Ravi, if you didn't see the Cowboys at least once a year on TV, you can say, ain't no good. You wouldn't be sure you're watching the NFL. You might think you're watching the Canadian Football League. So you need the Cowboys in your life. That's just want you to know that.
You think I'm gonna? Am I gonna
have too much?
Hold on. Am I gonna think that it's gonna be the Canadian Football League because I don't recognize anybody's name on defense in Dallas? Or
here we go.
I don't think you really pay attention to football. I think you just talk about it because you come on the show as a way as a placeholder to keep your job. That's all. yeah. I come prepared, Robbie.
Prepare for what?
I'm gonna let you have it. Anybody? It's football season starting. The Cowboys.
How are the Cowboys gonna do this year, Brian? How
about the Cowboys?
How are they gonna do this year?
Hey, they gonna look good. They gonna look good on draft day. Sitting there on
Hey,
them and Kevin Costner, baby.
You never know with those 2 first-round picks. They could use them. They could trade them. You think Jerry Jones is going to go full Kevin Costner and trade the picks back for Micah Parsons next year, or how's that going to work?
Oh Lord!
Hey, you forgot one, Ravi.
What's that?
He might go Houdini, put it in the top hat and pull out a rabbit. You never know.
He sure might.
Package those picks, make a deal with the Saints, and go get you a quarterback.
What are the chances that they get anybody as good as Micah Parsons with either of those picks that are going to be somewhere in like the 20 to 30 range?
Jerry Jones has started to get like I'm going to say our two, this president and the recent president. I'm starting to wonder if old age is affecting their decision making. I'm gonna start looking at his wrist and his hand to see if I see blue marks, because I'm wondering about what's going on with Jerry. He doesn't make good decisions. Where he's going, he'll trade those 2 picks for two lunchable packs.
Hey, there's controversy. Let's leave Joe Biden out of this. He was sharp as a non-pointy tack.
Hey, I didn't mention his name. I just said last 2 presidents. Joe Biden.
My man could not read a teleprompter. I felt bad. Man.
Yeah, but Lee Corso went 6-0 this weekend. Score 1 for the Olds.
Hey. I'll take Lee Corso as the GM over Jerry right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
Brian,
that's all I'm gonna say. But well, hey,
are you worried about the Giants at all? Because I think people are sleeping on the Giants. They are going to get some stops.
If they actually start Jackson Dart, they might have something.
Wow.
Get some stops. Stops what?
That defense is going to be lights the heck out.
I mean, they got a good defensive line the last few years, but they just
and they just added Abdul Carter.
I
don't know if you know this. There's some really good pass rushers from Penn State that wear number 11. You're probably not familiar with any of them, but one of them plays in New York now.
He had the greatest nickname for who that other number 11, LeVar Arrington, used to play for. And now you can say that term freely, Brian.
That's funny. That's funny, Ravi, that you would bring up those pass rushers from Penn State who can't stop the run, and people claim that they like Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor can stop the run. He's one of the best linebacker defensive player of all time. That's over Michael Singletary. He can tackle. He can stop the run. Richard Dent, he can stop the run. I don't think those Penn State linebackers can stop the run. Hey, but they are good at running over kickers, though. Ask LeVar Arrington that. Okay?
Wow.
So you're glad they traded Micah Parsons because he couldn't stop the run? Is that what I'm gathering?
Oh, shoot.
You're pro Micah Parsons trade? Is that what I got?
Okay.
Score 1 for the Olds.
He can stop the run.
Lee Corso, score for the Olds.
I'm down. I still don't like Jerry Jones.
Hey, B. Lee Corso 2028, me and you, we can campaign.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, no, I want that. I want him to take over ownership of the Cowboys and kick out Jerry
At 94.
Jones. That's what we can do.
I don't know if he's
and I got a song.
I don't know if he's got that kind of bread.
Hey, when you playing, Damon, when you playing picking music, Ravi wants to hear a song by ODB and Will Rogers. And And are you afraid to play guy because of the recent news with Aaron Hall over the last year?
I
Is that what the
miss
issue is?
you. I'm talking to you, B. No, I'm not afraid. But you are wild, man.
Will Rogers, if I didn't know where Coach Lamonji was from, that'd be right after Merle Haggard. Merle Haggard, Will Rogers.
I'm gonna get Coach to call you.
You like that?
I said if I
like
didn't know where he was from. If I didn't know where.
All right, B, man. You never disappoint.
All right, we're actually
like
have to take a break now, unless Shane and DB just overrule it. We're not taking breaks anymore. Are we
Hey,
cool? Can we take a break?
I'm not in this.
Can we take a break now, Shane? Is that cool? You got anything else you want to get to?
No.
All right, let's take a break. Let's Hurrdat Sports Live.
At Centris Federal Credit Union, we understand that the journey of building your own business typically starts with modest beginnings. With a little help from our team of experts and small business loan offerings, you can take your vision and transform it into a more concrete reality. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I mean, I think we're lucky that we have that stage to play on, and we have so many new people this year. We have Virginia, a lot of the freshmen are new, so having them get to experience what Nebraska is all about and how much love and support we have from the fans and from people across the country, I think it's super cool for them to experience that, because before you get here, you don't really understand. So I think it's been really fun for all of them to experience it, and it's also fun for the upperclassmen and the people who have been here to watch them embrace it and watch them take it all in. And you know, the older girls were a little used to it by now, but it never gets old. So it's just been super fun, and all the freshmen have worked so hard this whole preseason and going into the season. So it's been really cool to see them grow and see them enjoy what Nebraska volleyball is all about.
No, I mean, I have a lot of belief in myself and this staff here and the protocol they put me on to like get me back, the rehab and all that. I've been through it my freshman year. We have all these brand new facilities, so I think I told my dad, I was like, there's no other place in the country that I'd want to be hurt than here with this staff and with these, resources that we have. So it never really crossed my mind that I couldn't get back. I mean, we never really had that conversation. It was more just kind of competition all the way up until the game. And, Tyler's really pushed me, and I feel like my game and his game have both developed so much over fall camp and with our competition, and it just continues to get better. Both of us, we talk about picking one thing to improve on each day and run and pass. And I feel like we both kind of had some of the things that were similar that we wanted to improve on, whether it's pad level, elbows in, punch timing. And, just watching film together, we really both matured a lot together. And I just feel like it's been a great journey.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live. Now, Vegas insider, senior handicapper, and fan of the cold Budweiser bottles, Brian Edwards.
It's got to be touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Brian Edwards.
I don't really love it.
Brian Edwards.
Were they using the cream cheese to butter the bagel?
Brian Edwards.
I'm going with the cowgirl.
Here is Brian Edwards.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Don't forget, you can always come here, watch those Nebraska games, and this weekend you can watch the Hail Varsity postgame show with me and Austin right after that as well. But for now, we got to talk to our guy, Brian Edwards, Vegas insider, major wager. How we doing, B?
Doing good, guys. How are y'all?
I'm just trying to function as an adult, B. Ravi is so mad at me today. I'm like a moving target. I'm just trying not to get hit.
That FSU win doesn't have him in good spirits this
Well,
week?
I'm in great spirits.
He
I
was
feel
strutting
great.
around like a goddamn peacock. Now he's acting like a great big turkey.
Well, listen, I'm just a mean person. So it's not, Brian's never done anything to me, and yet every time I could take a shot at Florida, I do. And I don't even dislike Florida basketball. I'll take those shots whenever I can. Also.
Hey, what Lagway finished? Like 16-19, like 13-16. Like he was playing 7-on-7 against
the Little Sisters of the Poor.
No, it was LA. It's a different L team.
Oh, Long Island.
Yeah, it wasn't Little Sisters. It was
I didn't even know they played football in New York. That's incredible.
Well, apparently Albany does.
Well, we have at LSU, at Miami, Texas, and at Texas A&M for a 4-game.
Yeah, that
schedule
schedule is.
And USF is maybe decent as
I'm
well.
not hating on the Florida schedule. I'm just saying I'm not going to take victory. I'm not going to let people take victory laps on DJ Lagway after game one.
I don't know if USF. I don't know. Is everybody going to tackle like Boise? Holy smokes, that was pretty civvy against USF. They couldn't get anybody to the ground.
And they had 2 turnovers in the red zone and got stopped on downs.
That sounds like a guy that may have had Boise.
Twice. No. I didn't have any action on it, actually. I didn't have action. Actually, in my contest where you have to pick certain games, I did pick USF, but no money on it.
There we go.
Just a humble brag.
Like I did kind of just did
Yeah,
USF,
I just
no
had
big
that.
deal.
But I do have to ask before we get to real picks where we're going to put our hard-earned $4 on it. Survivor pick in the NFL this week. What say you, B?
Well, my Survivor contest is not 1,000 an entry like Circa Millions. It's 20 an entry, but yet there's like 25K in the pot. So I got 12 entries.
Listen, it's these entries are like, short people need loving too, just like people,
right.
People. We need love too.
It's a $240 investment to hopefully win like 25K. So I have my survival picks. Here we go. We got 4 on the Eagles, 4 on the Commanders, 3 on the Broncos, 1 on the Arizona Cardinals.
Everybody likes the Commanders this week. I'm gonna tell you, Brian, be careful.
I think the Giants are going to be very improved. Malik Neighbors scares me. The Giants is who beat me with Drew Lock turning into Joe Montana for 4 hours when I had the Colts in week 17 and I had the Ravens left at home to Cleveland in week 18.
They have not protected the passer. I'm shocked at so many people taking the Commanders in their survivor pool.
I know the Giants got a good front 4 defensively, but they don't have Jaden Daniels, and the Commanders do.
That is that might be a factor.
Could come into play.
Speaking of the Commanders, you got some season-long plays on them as well. What are you feeling there?
Oh yeah, over 9.5 is my favorite win total, NFL or college. Let's keep Jaden Daniels healthy. But, I mean, look, hey, Mariota played great in spots last year, and his skill set suits Kingsbury's offense. But I don't want to have to see Mariota. But over 9.5.
Listen, Mariota's like that the good-looking girl in high school that, she said hi to you once and you think she likes you. Like, he's the biggest tease ever. In small doses, he looks like $1 million. Then you watch it play out and you're like, I can't believe I fell for that again.
Right, right. Well, I had him for the Falcons most of a year, so I know, but I was heavily invested in the Commanders a lot, and he played most of 2 games, the Browns and the Cowboys, and he played fantastic in both. So
How about them
Do you
Cowboys?
worry at all about a Jaden Daniels regression, like we saw
No.
with C.J. Stroud from year 1 to year 2?
Not at all.
Okay. You guys, I saw.
I worry about injuries. But I don't worry about regression.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to the state of Iowa, where we debate on the quality of corn.
There's no debate. Their corn sucks.
Cyclones, Hawkeyes. Campbell as a favorite in this series doesn't happen often.
Right. And Iowa had dominated the series. They had won 6 in a row, but Iowa State has won 2 of the last 3, albeit both in Iowa City and not in Ames. In fact, I forget the winning streak. Iowa's got a good little winning streak in Ames, like 4 or 5 games. But I just like how Rocco Beck is playing. I like how Iowa State is playing. I know Ferentz kept it vanilla, didn't want to put anything on film for the Cyclones, but we hear about Gronkowski. They got a new QB, and then he's 8 of 15 for 44 yards. So Cyclones 9-5 against the spread. Their last 14 as home favorites. I got a -3 now. I see overnight it looks like, or this morning, looks like line's pushing up to 3.5. It's got to be 3 for me.
All right, B. After the Iowa State game, which I tend to agree with you, I'm a big Rocco Beck guy. How are you feeling about going to the great state of Illinois? Or I guess we're going to the state of North Carolina.
That's a sniffy.
Smells
has my attention line, boy. That is interesting.
With the Illini going out to Durham.
Yeah. So Duke went 2-0 against the spread, one outright win, and a couple of home dog spots last year. And they've just been really good at home, ever since the 2 years of Elko and Manny Diaz. But even though they've been really good at home and have a good record here the last few years, I will point out this is not Cameron Indoor Stadium. We're not going into the most raucous of environments. I made Illinois 4.5. They're 3. They've only been a road favorite 3 times under Belima, and they're 3-0 against the spread. Going back to last year, they've won 5 in a row. They've won 12 of the last 15, and his last 16 starts, Altmaier 30-7. TDI-NT ratio. I know it was an FCS opponent, but take care of business early and often last week, 52-3. I'll lay 3 with Illinois at Duke.
Now let's go to the border war. Little Missouri KU. Daniels is healthy and upright, which means he's typically productive. It's only week 2. He's still upright. Will he be productive?
Well, he lost his top 7 pass catchers, and he's completing 80% of his passes. And I will, in KU's credit, those questioning the competition, Fresno State did bounce back and beat Georgia Southern 42-14.
Yeah, they might as
week.
well mollywhopping after a slow start.
Yeah, and I'm not involved, but I'll just point out Georgia Southern stayed out west this week. They trained in Oxnard, where the Cowboys training camp is, before their game against USC. Not involved, just throwing out a nugget there.
Yeah, Ferocious Fernando Vargas and Oscar De La Hoya, also a famous training site out in Oxnard for boxers.
Okay, yeah. And so anyway, my big question with Missouri was Bo Prabula, their quarterback. He looked great last week, albeit against FCS competition, but 23 of 28, 283, 2 tutties, no picks, and 2 rushing touchdowns and 65 rushing yards on 10 attempts. They've won 11 in a row at home. They've won 17 of 18 at home. The only loss was when Jaden Daniels brought LSU back in that wild comeback a couple years ago. But that doesn't matter. We got to win by 7. But they have, during the 11-game home winning streak, they've won 7 by 7 or more. And although Jalen Daniels is playing well, I made Missouri 10, and I'm going to lay the 6.5 at some books. As long as it's 7 or less, I like Mizzou.
All right, I get the whole enter the Sandman in Blacksburg, but they got a quarterback that can't throw it in the ocean. And Pavia and the Modelo drinking family will be invading Blacksburg. What say you about Vandy? I believe still catching, but just 1.
Right. So since Diego Pavia arrived, Vandy's 8-6 straight up, 10-4 against the spread as underdogs. 8-2 against the spread with 5 outright wins, as road underdogs 4-0 against the spread with 2 outright wins at Auburn, at Kentucky. Like you said, it's Blacksburg at night. Diego Pavia has won at Jordan Hare at night with New Mexico State teammates. Vandy's better. I made him -3. And the line tells us it's going to be a close game. Under Brent Pry, the Hokies are 1-12 straight up in 13 one-possession games. Throughout his tenure, they're 16-22 straight up, 18-20 against the spread. They're only 7-7 straight up at home against FBS competition.
Real quick, B, let's run through some NFL games real quick. Lions are 2.5-point dogs at Green Bay.
I like the Lions to win outright. Everybody forgets they were missing all those defensive players come the playoffs. They did go 15-2 last year. I like the Chiefs. Is it still 3 or less?
It is.
As long as you can get 3.
Paulo.
I like Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown tonight. I like the Commanders and Eagles either in a teaser or money line parlay, depending on whichever is the best odds, etc. Commanders, Eagles, money line parlay or teaser, and Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. I think it's like -150. But if you can get a first half specific anytime touchdown, you should be able to get decent plus money. I'm not against AJ Brown over 70.5 receiving yards. I might end up doing the Bengals Browns over just because the Bengals are going to be great on offense and horrible on defense. I don't know about Browns offense, but and I think that's about it. I did the Lions +160 to win the NFC North. I did the Texans, I think like +110 to win the AFC South. What else? Oh, Chiefs over 10.5, 11, or 11.5 wins. It's various odds, whatever floats your boat.
Interesting, because B, before we let you out of here, if you were ever watching my Ring camera, you'd think I had ghosts for as many times as I threw myself down the stairs this last week over contemplating taking somebody other than the Chiefs to win the West, right? A lot of self-harm. It doesn't feel right. But, man.
You think of Denver or the Chargers?
I get it. Go ahead. Eric, cue the jokes. You're going to ride the Chargers? I don't know who it is, but my hot take would be I don't know if the Chiefs win the West. Is that crazy?
No, but I mean, if you're going to do it from a wagering standpoint, you have to specifically pick the Chargers or the Broncos.
I like the Chargers.
Okay. I like the Chargers this year too.
But I'm afraid because they're, again, it's like Lucy and Charlie Brown, and inevitably somebody's going to pull the ball out from me, and I'm going to kick and miss.
No,
I just keep throwing myself down the stairs.
I think it's going to be 3 playoff teams from the AFC West again. So
that's gutsy.
Your point's not off. Your point's not off at all. I think the Slater injury is bad for the Chargers.
That's what gave me pause. Because
Right.
I know Denver will get plenty of stops. They will be miserable on everybody else in that division.
Yeah, it's a tough division. There's no doubt. I'm not gonna downplay your thought process there.
But you like them to get 10.5 wins though, B.
I know. Like, how dare they imply that they're not gonna win 11 or 12?
I know. All the hand wringing last year. What did they end up with? 15.
Right, and I mean I know it's all the close games, but when
It's
you have
Mahomes.
the best quarterback,
You
and
win
he
the
has
close
the
games.
ball, he has the ball in a 1-possession game, less than 2
And
minutes.
I would imagine he's pretty dialed.
Oh, that ass beating they took has got them pretty ready to go.
11-6 isn't crazy. Like that's not a crazy record.
So, but my
especially
thing is
for how good their defense is.
So, Brian, and I know you don't subscribe to this. It's too low of a total.
I know. See, Damon, when he sees a number when it's too low, he says, "Well, that's too easy." So he's got to go contrarian.
It's just too 10. How can the Chiefs not win 11 games?
This
exactly.
Is like when the
over, baby, over.
When I hear
Bree is like, "Give me the free money."
When I hear horses, when I hear hooves, I think horses. You think zebras? Like that's
see. That's why I can't see. That's why Paul Bunyan is pissing me off this morning. B, like he just can't play nice with other people. Is that what? That's cute.
Here's the thing.
That's really
Sometimes
cute.
it's zebras though.
Hey, I'll give you one game I haven't played yet, but I'm still thinking about. Tulane -10 at South Alabama. Haven't played it yet, but it's on the radar. I don't.
Well, Tulane might still be pissy about what uniforms they get to wear, so maybe they'll be inspired.
I didn't follow that one, but
Well,
tell me later.
Northwestern they wouldn't give in to the uniform change for the Katrina Memoriam.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All
That's
right, gentlemen.
That's our guy, Brian Edwards. Major Wager. Appreciate you, B.
Thanks,
Y'all
B.
have a good weekend. See you.
We will talk to Michael Bruntz coming up next year on Hurrdat Sports Live.
At Centris Federal Credit Union, we understand that the journey of building your own business typically starts with modest beginnings. With a little help from our team of experts and small business loan offerings, you can take your vision and transform it into a more concrete reality. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I mean, I think we're lucky that we have that stage to play on, and we have so many new people this year. We have Virginia, a lot of the freshmen are new, so having them get to experience what Nebraska is all about and how much love and support we have from the fans and from people across the country, I think it's super cool for them to experience that, because before you get here, you don't really understand. So I think it's been really fun for all of them to experience it, and it's also fun for the upperclassmen and the people who have been here to watch them embrace it and watch them take it all in. And you know, the older girls were a little used to it by now, but it never gets old. So it's just been super fun, and all the freshmen have worked so hard this whole preseason and going into the season. So it's been really cool to see them grow and see them enjoy what Nebraska volleyball is all about.
No, I mean, I have a lot of belief in myself and this staff here and the protocol they put me on to like get me back, the rehab and all that. I've been through it my freshman year. We have all these brand new facilities, so I think I told my dad, I was like, there's no other place in the country that I'd want to be hurt than here with this staff and with these, resources that we have. So it never really crossed my mind that I couldn't get back. I mean, we never really had that conversation. It was more just kind of competition all the way up until the game. And, Tyler's really pushed me. And I feel like my game and his game have both developed so much over fall camp and with our competition. And it just continues to get better. Both of us, we talk about picking one thing to improve on each day and run and pass. And I feel like we both kind of had some of the things that were similar that we wanted to improve on, whether it's pad level, elbows in, punch timing, and just watching film together, we really both matured a lot together, and I just feel like it's been a great journey.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
He's a safety, but like obviously we used it systematically, whether it's Deshaun or Marquise or whoever it is, like we're going to get and need sometimes that extra player in the box at the second level, which you could characterize, well, he's in the safety room, but he's a second level player. So he's got to understand linebacker play. You know, I think that, each one of those guys, obviously, Javen made a huge play on the screen right before half. And then Vincent Shavers made a game-changing play that set up a touchdown, gave our offense a short field, and our offense turned it into 7 points. That's a huge play before the half that, as we talk about winning the middle eight all the time, though, so we got to stop in 2 minutes, and our offense got the ball back to start the half. So I think those two guys, in terms of the plays that they made, the run game fits, and the consistency in the run game just needs to keep coming. But, obviously there's two winning plays in that regard.
We're back here on Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We're joined now by Michael Bruntz of Husker 24/7. What's up, Bruntz?
How's it going?
Well, that was very subdued. I don't know, Bruntz. How's it going?
I a little under the weather this week, guys. So I'm trying to get things figured out. But
is this your Jordan flu game? You strapping it on?
I get sick 2 times a year. I get sick right at the start of school, which is usually the little kid germs. Gets in the nooks and crannies and gets me. And then usually in like February or March, I get hit. So we're in the middle of phase 1 right here.
Are you sure it wasn't from what I labeled the Bruntzian pregame plate that you had at Arrowhead?
It's unrelated to that. So
that was.
See, Bruntz, let me give context here, because DB is just trying to convince everyone that his food habits aren't what make him sick. He just described to me, and he didn't say tree of trust, so I can say this on the air.
Wow.
He just described to me how he made ribs on Labor Day, so that's Monday.
Okay.
He left them in the oven.
They were wrapped.
That does not
in a
matter.
foil tray and foil.
That is not a factor here. He left them in the oven through yesterday, ate some directly out of the oven last night, and then put them in the fridge after he ate some last night.
They were in there.
So he's trying to convince everybody that, like, oh, it's not those habits. It's whatever you ate fresh at Arrowhead that made you sick a week later.
It's not the food poisoning, the self-food poisoning that you likely get.
I try. It's like money, right? Like, I try not to be in your pockets, but with all the assortments out there, and you have like potato salad, some green beans, and another salad, I'm like, oh, like I feel bad. Like I want you to have more nourishment, but you're a grown up, so I assume you're okay and you eat what you want. But I did want to like rub your back and tell you it's going to be okay.
You're a grown up and you're certainly not okay.
What was the it was the themed plate setup, right?
Yeah, I'm like, how is that fun? You know what I mean?
Well,
I mean, I like a good potato salad.
It's calories, Damon. It's not fun. There's no fun there. It's just all calories.
So you eat for sustenance, not for taste?
No, that's not true. Well, it's a different.
No. Hot Danger says meat isn't the only form of nourishment, Damon.
Yeah,
there are nutrients in other foods.
There are?
Yes. A lot of them.
I made fun of BC's green beans too, man. So I just need it's a me problem.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I occasionally enjoy the taste of food. So I eat for not just calories, but it's press box is a little bit dicey sometimes with what's up there. So
how much candy did you eat from that dispensary?
Oh, I just like ran through the Reese's Pieces like it was like
I love
2014 Nebraska, Wisconsin. I was just end rounding on those Reese's Pieces.
Could you believe they just left that to your guys' free will? I mean, it was like being in like Mr. Candy or somewhere.
Did you see the tube of gummy bears though?
Yeah,
Did you like that one?
That's his weakness.
Bruntz. So I wasn't coming out there to say hi. I was coming out there to eyeball the gummy bears and see how many times I could bypass it without getting any. I'm the only guy in that booth that left at least 6 times, and 5 of them were to just eyeball the gummy
Just
bears.
to look at gummy bears?
Yes.
But did you see him like by like the second quarter when everybody had been like spinning the little dial? To try
It's
to
like a
get 'em out?
gumball machine, a great big long
Yeah, like you said,
cylindrical tube.
same as the cereal,
They got
right?
stuck though. It was like a big like tube of like gummy bears that weren't going anywhere. And finally, I saw they just gave up and like put a spoon in there. So people were like just digging them out, like a bear with like a honey,
just getting in there. So
just getting in there with a big paw.
So Bruntz, you get this because you know me. Like everything is gamification. Like I need to make it a competitive thing. So after like the 3rd eyeball, right? I'm like, do I? Don't I? You've done so well, right? A year, and I thought, you know what? I don't like room temperature gummy bears anyway. I'm not gonna eat them because they're not in a fridge. I like them.
Are you that?
He loves gummy bears. He loves gummy bears.
But is it one of those things where like you pull the pin, you're just gone, like you're just done for the day?
Yes. For some people, it's meth or opioids or crack. For me,
it's gummy bears.
It's gummy.
Like, you remember-
Bruntz, if you turn me over to my own devices, I could easily run through a 5-pound bag of gummy bears in a day.
You remember you remember the end of Dodgeball?
Yeah,
Bruntz?
yeah.
That's kind of that's the vibes that we're going here.
So I made it a deal where I convinced myself that I would not like the way that they tasted.
Like if the dam breaks, we're all in trouble.
So here's the question: is it only bears, or like how like heart?
Are you a big worms guy?
No,
or whatever?
no.
Could you like cherries or?
Nope.
Whatever?
So yes to the gummy strawberries, the kind without the sugar. They just look like the gummy strawberries, and the bears. Everything else I can take or leave.
Wow.
I know. It's very particular. I know
I'm
you're
gonna
shocked.
bring you like a 10-pound bag and bring it in the booth on Saturday and see how long it lasts.
So the 4th time, I don't even know how we got.
You got to put them in.
So like the 4th time after I told myself they weren't refrigerated, so I wouldn't like them. I went to the whole, they'd probably get stuck and it's too hard with my microphone. Like I'm not doing. Like I made every reason up in my head not to do it.
By like the 6th trip, you're like talking for the gummy bears. Like, no, David.
No, I went to
those gummy bears have families.
No, that's a little much. See, I thought we were in the
You didn't say it. It doesn't count. You didn't say true trust.
It's a little unnecessary.
Oh, my bad.
No, Bruntz. I eventually went to chewing ice. That was my.
No, that's good. I wish I had your strength with the Reese's Pieces. I was.
You just need to be a competitive jerk like me. That's,
Todd brings up the candied orange slices with the sugar on them. Oh, I'll mess those up.
That was my dad's jam.
I will mess those up. Or the peach rings. Oh, love a peach ring.
So Bruntz, you gotta manage a message board. Short of Schaefer killing me the other day over running backs, what was the biggest takeaway on the message board that you felt like your folks were up in arms at, where you wondered, did we watch the same game?
Yeah, the Dylan stuff. I didn't.
I didn't get that either.
That was, I think the running back stuff was probably fair. I think
riding with your cohort, it's fine.
I think the defensive line. I mean, I think that got a little bit, or the front 7 at least, that got a lot of consternation or some questions. I don't know. I guess I didn't. I've seen it elsewhere too. I mean, not just on our board about, Dylan didn't play well, and why didn't they push it down the field? He lacks killer instinct. I saw that a couple times, which I was like, okay, I don't know that that's true. But no, I think that one was the one that I probably disagreed with most. I thought he played I thought he played a patient game. I thought he played a mature game. I think that was kind of my main takeaway was, I think in a against a defense like that where they're just kind of baiting you to try to do something out of pocket, and he never did, to his credit. I mean, there was the 4th and 2 was a bad play. He was lucky to not lose the fumble, but I mean, in a game where you kind of needed to be steady, I mean, that's what he was. So I thought he played pretty well, given the circumstances and what he was having to face defensively. I mean, for as many passes as he threw, to not throw a pick, to keep Nebraska on schedule, I thought that was I think that was a pretty good example of having a very strong game plan and having the maturity to go out and execute it. I mean, I think that bodes well for later in the year when you're going to see some different defenses and have to do some different things. So that was the one where I thought I'd probably push back a little bit on.
Bruntz, was that the hottest take that you saw? Because I've got a doozy that I heard.
No, that's not the hottest take. I mean, there were some pretty hot ones. What do you got?
The hottest one I heard was that Daniel Holgorsen might not be a good OC.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I saw that one.
Knock it off.
It was out there very publicly. This wasn't just like some rando that DM'd me on Twitter. This was a thing that was said publicly.
Ravi's trying to gas me up.
No, I'm not.
So I'm
not.
going to ask Bruntz because Bruntz is riding with this. Bruntz, what did you see where somebody insinuated that? Knock it off. I'm going to need you to knock it off.
I swear.
Dude, it's one game.
I didn't see that specifically. I saw whispers of it on social media that I don't really pay much attention to, but
so to heck with 25 years of data, right?
Well, in the last 5 games, apparently they've averaged fewer points than they did in the previous 9 with Marcus Satterfield.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's what apparently we're going with.
So there's no transition to learning from a new guy, right?
Or taking over play calling in the middle of the
forget it.
season.
I'm done. It's fine.
It's
fine. You guys carry on.
I asked what the hottest take was. That was the hottest one I saw. DB, did you see a hot take?
I'm done. Go ahead, Bruntz. I'm telling you, people can make you dumber.
That's a pretty good one in terms of the hot.
That one's scalding.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, do I need to address? I don't feel like I need
No,
to
I was
address
just curious if you heard one as hot or hotter than that. I don't think it needs addressed because I think it's idiotic.
That was pretty good.
I'm afraid to say that the Chiefs won't win the West, which makes way more sense rationally than Holgorsen isn't a good OC.
Here's the hot take. You ready?
Yeah.
For the AFC West hot take. That a team in that division could win 11 games and finish third.
Oh, I could probably rock with that.
So then you and B. Edwards could be right.
I could kind of rock with that.
I
just don't know how the Chiefs have a season win total of 10.5. I mean, they're Kansas flipping City.
The window's closing.
Their
defense
is
one of those. They have Donovan. They have Dylan Raiola at quarterback. Like, how can they? Like, do we not know that?
So the defense is still really good, right? I didn't miss something. Like the defense is still probably gonna be really good.
Does Nebraska not have Mahomes at quarterback, Bruntz? How are we having these discussions about Nebraska offensively?
Are the Chiefs even the best defense in that division?
No, they aren't. They aren't.
Not, are they?
Are they still?
They reside. That team resides in Colorado.
I understand that, but could they be the second best defense in their division and still be a top 5 defense in the AFC?
In the AFC, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's what still a really good defense, and Patrick Mahomes exists, right?
Now
Patrick Mahomes still exists.
Yes.
Andy Reid's still their head coach.
Hey, Bruntz, I need you to be unbiased. I need you to be objective.
They went 15-2 and played in the Super Bowl last year, right? Yes. I didn't miss
Well,
they don't have to play Philly in the division, so I think they're okay.
He's been a prick all morning. Bruntz, don't mind him.
It's 38 years, DB. 38 years.
A lot of gas for a team that's on its last leg.
Right. All right, I just want to stick with the sarcasm theme.
It feels like this. We did this with Brady for like 12 years.
Now, full disclosure, Bruntz, I think your cohort did want to put his hands around my throat over the running back talk this week. But I do want to ask you something. How do you guys assess depth
versus bodies if we haven't seen guys play yet? Like, what's the line of demarcation for you when you talk about actual depth versus capable bodies?
Depth and capable bodies are kind of the same thing.
Okay.
And I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen fewer than 10 snaps of whatever the running backs behind Emmett Johnson look like. I don't know. I mean, yes, there's the hot hand thing. It also feels like if you had a back that you felt comfortable with in there, not in very specific situations, that you would have done that at some point by now.
Why do you think Coach Rule made it a point to bring up running backs like 3 different times, even though only one of them was really a running backs question?
I don't know. I mean, he's been very resolute.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because I really don't know. I'm just trying to get a different perspective. Like the one question was about like efficiency versus the scheme, and somehow he wove in running backs.
I don't know, but I think we need to see it. Like that's fine to, like, he's been resolute since January that the running back picture is going to be okay there, and that they've got guys that can do it. Like I've seen Mekhi Nelson look very good in a practice setting multiple times. Unfortunately, you don't win. You don't get wins for that, and I mean, you need to see something over these next 2 games, right? Because like this would be the time that if guys are in the mix or kind of on the cusp of getting in there in a more consistent fashion, that you would see it. So I get it. I mean, it would have been nice to see Mosey or Nelson a little bit more in the opener. We haven't seen them yet, so it's kind of hard to judge where they're truly at when the lights are on. But that's going to be, I mean, right or wrong, that's going to be the topic of conversation over these next couple of weeks. So, and rightfully so. I mean, you're not going to have Emmett Johnson touching the ball 32 times every game in conference play, and not having some kind of wear down factor there. So, regardless of how good a shape he's in and how much weight he's put on him, he looks great. But I mean, you guys know how the Big Ten is. So, it's these 2 weeks you need to see it. I mean, I think for all the talk, and there's been a lot of talk about that position at this point, you're going to have to show it now. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I don't know, like who can you count on when it's not just practice time? That's kind of what they need to figure out.
Bruntz, is there anything that can happen to the positive over the next 2 games that would change how you feel about Nebraska? Because I assume, I'm not going to ask about the negatives, I assume if there's a 7-point game in the second half or something, we'll all think everyone's dying. But is there anything to the positive that you're like, hey, if I see this, I would actually either be encouraged or might change my mind a little bit of how I feel about something?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you see some of the depth at running back get in there and do some things, I think you would at least feel reasonably okay. You're probably going to get the caveat of, well, you're doing it against Akron and Houston Christian, but at the same time, you've at least seen it, right? Like, I'm sure those guys will get a little bit of confidence from that as well. So that's positive.
Well, just game reps, right? I mean,
maybe I bristle up at this because I needed a game against North Texas in '93.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to figure out why I get so pissy over this. Because you don't really know you have depth until you see them play. We didn't really know how good Aaron Green was until he left and went to sometimes you just don't know. Like Brandon Jackson should have been playing more. Corral Buckhalter should have been playing more. Like sometimes coaches got to be like, hey man, get your ass in the game.
Yeah, like
because otherwise you wouldn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like was Corral Buckhalter not good at Nebraska and he just figured out how to be good in the NFL, or was he good the whole time and we just didn't see it?
No. Brandon Jackson was a 3rd-round draft pick. We played him 1 year.
The running back spot's a little bit probably different than when you played. the situation too, though, right? Like,
is it
depth wise?
So are you guys really saying, like, if you didn't see Clinton go for like 2 bills against Arizona State, you knew he was good?
What I'm saying is that I'd like to see more than like a few snaps.
Oh.
And like I also would
Reasonable.
like to see
It's his delivery. It's very Bruntzian.
I think also though, like, yeah, like you need to see it in a game. I think a guy probably needs to do it in a game, but I mean, I think you also it felt like on Saturday, and I mean we had talked about this on our podcast that it was going to be a heavy Emmett Johnson game no matter what, but even the small doses of what we saw, you need to see a little bit more there. So I mean that's what the next 2 games are for. I mean that's why that Cincinnati game was really important, because now you have a runway with a win under your belt to go in and hopefully get some of those guys some work. Same with the defensive line. Same with some of the young guys at linebacker. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just I think the next 2 games are going to be very telling, I think, about what's actually there.
Well, Godspeed to your message board with all the hot takes until we play a quote unquote quality opponent, because it bugs me to no end, Bruntz, and I get it. I'm no fun, and nobody would invite me to their parties because I would bring 4-day-old meat. But
that's true. Yeah, we don't want your bad ribs at the party.
I'm sure they were good at some point, but not anymore.
Okay, you two, knock it off. let's not get carried away here. But Bruntz, so this is where Nebraska's got to really lock it up, man, and focus on them, though, because they clearly need to get better, because the narrative in the offseason was, hey, they're inexperienced, they need reps. We know that this team could get better from series to series, especially on defense. We had all these nice flowery things to say. Then the game actually plays, and we got all these hot takes like it's final. So for me, if I'm watching guys try to get better, they got to really just lock in and get better over these next couple of weeks and not worry about what the outside noise is based on who they're playing, right? Because if they don't play well, there's going to be a narrative. If they do play well, there's going to be a narrative. So really, what difference does it make, right? Like, just do you.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the hope, right? Like that guys aren't focused about what's being said out here. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, the 2 scenarios you just laid out, there's probably one scenario that's a little bit of a worse narrative than not. I mean, the not playing well against an opponent that's, a little bit less than is probably worse. But I don't know. I mean, we going into that Cincinnati game and said, like, you just had to get that one. And Matt Rule even said it was a must win. He said this week. He in an aside, and I what was probably an honest moment, said that was a must win game for them, and it was. I mean, the trajectory of improvement from game 1 to game 2 changes a ton, I think, with a win versus a loss. And I think with, what you have now in front of you, yeah, I mean, you just go out there, you fix the things that, that didn't look good on Thursday. Even on special teams, maybe you get a few more big plays that you were looking for. And you just kind of keep building wins and trying to figure out who can help you. I mean, there's the youth at certain spots is definitely a thing. And I don't know. I mean, I don't think this is a hot take, and I'm not talking running backs here, but I think that there's some spots where they could certainly benefit from a young guy stepping up over the next two games here and showing that they're ready. I mean, in some ways, it's kind of like the Mekhi Bear thing from a couple of years ago, where a guy kind of comes off the milk carton, shows up and shows he's ready for a bigger role. And, I think that's there's a couple guys on the roster that I could say that would maybe fit that. I mean, is Dawson Merritt ready for a bigger role in that linebacker rotation? I don't know. Maybe over the next 2 games he shows he is. So somebody like that. That's the opportunity they have over these next 2 games.
All right, Bruntz, I want you to get some selenium, some protein, maybe some zinc, a little iron, fat, all benefits of dietary enhancements that come from good quality protein. I hope you feel better, Bruntz.
You know you can get those other places too, right?
Yeah, I don't need details.
Okay,
and-
all right.
and
Let's check it.
facts.
I was
Let's-
checking.
Let's not do that.
Bruntz, I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Hey,
Yes.
thank you. I appreciate
Bruntz, I hope you feel better. You're still funny.
I'm gonna bring in. I'm getting the gummy bears. I'm going to Costco today.
Just wave them in front of my face and see what I can
No,
do from a competitive standpoint.
I'm gonna sit it on the chair. You get there so early though. I was legitimately worried for you, Damon.
I
Like
know,
when you told me how early you got there, you didn't eat.
Hadn't slept.
It was probably good you didn't have those gummy bears.
Bruntz, that day was such a struggle. You know, on like my second or third walk by of you guys, when there's only like 4 of you over there along that row, like I'm probably on the struggle bus.
Yeah, no, you were fine. You kind of came over and slumped down in the chair next to me, and you were all sorts of in trouble.
Just needed a friend, Bruntz, and just needed a friend.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
Bruntz, we'll talk to you later. It's Michael Bruntz from Husker 24/7.
We didn't have to share that. There's literally
What?
like him, BC.
Yeah.
Then way down in the corner, about 17 more seats is Wash It.
And that's it?
That's it.
And that's it?
It's early, and I'm like,
well,
it was like Drake. Give me a hug. I know. Everybody's looking at me like, dude, go sit your ass down somewhere. It was 2:00. Drake. God.
I gotta text Bruntz. I'll tell him make sure to refrigerate the gummy bears to actually really test you, because that's where the competitive stamina comes in. Is refrigerated gummy bears.
It's tough out here.
I mean, if they're room temperature, we already know you can talk yourself out of that.
I'm telling you, man, the mind is a powerful thing.
But the refrigerated gummy bears,
crack.
Is it
Gummy
more
bears.
powerful than botulism? We'll find out.
It's
Next
overrated.
on Hurrdat Sports Live.
My role is to read the defense, and if it allows, to push the ball down the field, and if not, get the ball in play and let my guys do catch and run. They do that very well. So, like he always says, routine plays, and routine plays lead to X plays, and X plays lead to first down, and first downs lead to touchdown. So that's kind of how it rolls. Yeah, Teddy's a special human. He's the epitome of a Husker football player. He's been through everything. Injuries, new coaching staff, and just to see him stick it through and come out the other side strong. I love having Teddy over there from a standpoint of he's an elite football player, but at the same time, he's an even better person. He's going to hold everyone to the standard, and you kind of know what you're getting out of Teddy every single day he comes in.
At Centrist Federal Credit Union, we have the tools and resources to help our members fulfill their financial goals, with a focus on building a stronger community for the next generation of leaders. Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, that's something we talked about like right before practice yesterday. I mean, San Diego is a team that was in the Final Four a few years ago. It's a phenomenal program, like always top 50. So I think it's easy to look ahead to USC. But we're playing 3 undefeated teams this weekend who all look really good on film. I haven't even watched USC yet. I mean, we are all in on San Diego right now. We've kind of started watching more of UC Santa Barbara. I think all 3 teams this weekend go lightning fast, bring different challenges to us in that way. But I think San Diego specifically have brought in some really talented players. They have an outside who's at 5 kills a set right now, and they played great this past weekend. They beat Marquette in 5. So I think that also, Marquette's obviously a team that our team knows how good they are. So for them to hear they beat a team that's that good, I really think our team respects anyone and everyone, and it's something we preach in our program. And again, UC Santa Barbara, they got a right side left-handed who I've gotten to watch a little bit now. Like, they're just going to bring different things to us, so that no, they might not be as big or physical as Texas, but they are definitely going to challenge us. So I know as a coaching staff, like, we are not looking ahead to anyone, and we're going to keep preaching that to our team as well.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. I don't think it can fix some of DB's issues, like the digestive stuff. You probably have to go somewhere else for that. But if you go to Next Gen Male Medical, they can fix a lot of your issues. They've got a ton of different options depending on what's bothering you. A little sleepy, need to lose a little weight, need a little bit more energy, need a little bit higher libido. They've got you covered basically no matter what you're looking for, unless you don't refrigerate your meat. Then you're going to have to go somewhere else. But if you've got normal people problems.
Hey, Next Gen, what's the issue? I don't know, man. My meat isn't cold.
Refrigerators.
We can't help you.
Like, that's not for us. But need a little more energy, try to lose a little weight, whatever you need there, give them a call, 402-614-9700. Set up an appointment. They are cool as the other side of the pillow. Got to hang out with them a little bit last week, talk to them. They are great people over there. They will take good care of you. Tell them that we sent you over here from Hurrdat Sports Live. DB still got to make his appointment.
How long did it take you?
Oh, I was in and out. It was quick.
God,
I think it was.
I almost just used a frame of reference. It would probably get me in big trouble.
That
did not answer my question.
Let me help you out a little bit. I think it was about a half hour.
Okay.
So pretty quick. They did the blood test. They came in, talked to me. Quick as just fart in a skillet, as Mike Eckler would say.
So we're just not going to take a break this last segment.
Yeah, no. Well, we ruined that. We ruined the opportunity to take breaks earlier in the show. We're just not doing that anymore.
Are you mad?
No, it's fine. I got all my reads in. I don't care.
I'm still mad about the Holgerson take.
No, it was terrible. It was a bad take.
You're mad.
My favorite part, too, is they're like, I'm not saying he's bad, but here's
keep it a buck here. Because I am going to keep my composure regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Are you being serious? Or are you just trying to?
No, this is a thing that was said publicly.
Okay.
It was not just somebody trolling me on Twitter. This is a thing that was said publicly.
All right.
I'll send it to you.
It's fine.
And
it's fine.
It's the thing that I particularly.
So, do you know what I hate?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. This
No,
is,
let's do it.
This
Let's
is
do
the
it.
internal struggle.
Roll
Do
it.
it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Let's do it.
This is the thing that I hate.
What's that?
If you're going to have these takes,
Mm-hmm.
can we at least just agree on what we're actually seeing?
Okay.
Okay. So like it needs some context. Like being an offensive coordinator schematically versus the execution can be two separate things, right? If you score a touchdown and you don't jump off sides, or if you have a different level of execution when you have a jet sweep and a guy makes a block on the perimeter, or you have a 4th and 2 and a guy plays catch, that is not Holgerson's fault. No, stop. I get pissed.
No, let me give you 3 examples.
Then we get this whole getting vertical in the passing, and we got to take those are like I don't know how else to say this, but you don't know what you're watching. So if you don't know what you're watching, then don't say it. Just say, hey, listen, in my opinion, or something else. Like, don't paint the narrative that something should happen if you don't know why it's not. I don't think that's too much to ask. I'm not trying to gatekeep the sport, but damn it, man, if you're going to have these coaching hot takes, then look at it as a coach. Otherwise, just preface it as a fart in the wind, my opinion kind of thing. Because to even
or just be
what
like,
are we?
Be like, as a fan, it's frustrating.
It makes my eyes water.
Say, as a fan, it's frustrating not to be able to stretch the field a little bit, right?
And like, if you're offended that you're hearing this, there's 1,000% chance I'm talking about you. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Let me give you 3 plays.
Like, can't you just see what's going on and say you're not going to get vertical? They are not going to let you get vertical in the passing game.
They would have had to make a
you'd
huge
have
mistake.
to force something.
They would have had to either make a huge mistake or you'd have to force
Dude,
something.
it's the second series.
And then we'd have
I said, hey, and I could be wrong, but at that you could see what Cincinnati was doing. And I said to Kyle, you know what, bud? It's gonna be an interesting cat and mouse. Nebraska's gonna have to be patient because they're not gonna get poop from Cincinnati. They're just not.
So here's one thing I will say. This is in no way
hurt my heart
defending anything. I will say on the TV broadcast, it wasn't until I can't remember when in the game, but for a long time you couldn't see what Cincinnati was doing on the back
So
end.
can you say I'm not sure, or
yes,
maybe?
Hey, I'm not sure why they're not
to be
trying
resolute. It's like it's just weird.
Totally fair. And at this point, almost a week later, right, to still have those kind of takes is pretty rough. Here's the thing I'll ask you about.
What?
I'm just gonna ask real quick. So if 3 plays go differently, I'm gonna give you 3 plays. Okay.
Sure.
Let's say Elijah Pritchett doesn't go false start, or that they score from the 5 after he does, right? That's 4 more points. We're at 24. Okay, let's say Ja'Cory Barney is not tackled by a sneeze on his thigh. That's 7 more points. And let's say Isaiah Hunter keeps his feet on the 50-50 back shoulder ball. I mean, it wasn't really even a 50-50 about that, but like, let's say those 3 things happen. None of which have anything to do with Dana Holgorsen calling plays, right?
No.
Let's say those 3 things happen.
Unless you want to get in the I don't even want to say nitpick after I figured out
nitty
what
gritty.
it meant.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get nitty gritty about the play calling after the 3 cracks at it.
Yeah.
Then yes.
But let's just say
I'm with you.
Let's just say those 3 things happen differently, right? Which is not a stretch by any stretch of the imagination, right? Those are 3 very viable things that could have, and you could argue probably should have happened, right?
Yeah.
That's 18 more points. We're talking about 38-17. Is everybody cool?
Yeah.
At 38-17, let's even call it 34-17.
That's not even an easy one. You want an easy one?
What's that?
The sweep to Mosey.
Yeah, if Carter Nelson makes the block, that's a touchdown.
Dude, he's ramming his head on the goalpost.
Yeah. That's the one I sent you, right? The screenshot I sent you?
Yeah. Was it the actual play or the screenshot?
It was just a screenshot. I didn't send the video. I just sent a screenshot.
Yeah, that's why it's not that's why I'm not connecting the two. But
if Carter Nelson got leverage to the outside.
And you got what you don't get to do to me is say, well, we don't want we don't watch it like, well, if you want to make those, like if you put it out there, then you leave yourself open to be criticized.
Yeah.
So then it does bring in like the knowledge points and like what you're willing to actually study before you make said hot takes. I don't know, man. It's just, that's incredible.
We have our guest, by the way.
You doing okay?
Sweet baby Jesus.
Do we need to take a little woosah moment before we get to our guest here?
Thank the Lord.
We're gonna preview a little Akron football here. It is obviously the week 2 game for Nebraska, and we've got the play-by-play voice of the Akron Zips, David Skoczen, joining us now. David, how are we doing this morning?
Doing great. You can hear me, yes?
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah,
I think the last time you couldn't hear me. So, but let me tell you, I can't wait. And I have the faith that someday we'll be in the position that you're in, that you won, and you guys are just agonizing over this team. Like you're coming off a win and just like, oh my God. I can't wait.
God bless your levity, because we act like we're coming off these 9-10 win 11 bowl. Like, what is going on with what we're criticizing?
Like at some point, let's get some wins.
Like winning is hard, right, David? Like winning
Yes.
is hard.
And in fairness, I do that not necessarily on a show all the time, but with the Guardians here. Like they went to the ALCS last year, but they never. I mean, they have a bunch of dudes hitting like 210. And they're 500.
lot of
my
corner
sons and I sit there
outfielders, and you've given away your pitching. So
yeah, we watch them every night, and sometimes you're like, God, how do they win that game? But you're sitting there doing exactly what you guys just did for the last 10 minutes.
Oh,
exactly.
God, it's incredible.
Yeah, you're not alone.
Bless your heart. All right, so what do you think we're going to see here? We've talked to you a couple weeks ago, and then you watched the game play out with Wyoming, and does it confirm what you thought, or is it like, how do you compartmentalize what you thought going in versus what you saw against Wyoming?
Well, our first conversation, and I talked to, somebody in Cheyenne last week, and and it was all Ben Finley. Ben Finley, that's our quarterback, right? And he's returning, and Akron hasn't had a guy come back after starting at quarterback every game the year before. It's been 7 or 8 years since that's happened. And ultimately, Ben Finley did not look good. Now, was there an offensive line issue? Maybe. He seemed to be under a lot of pressure. But, I mean, everybody from Wyoming was very nice, but they're coming off a 3-9, and frankly, they looked like it. But the Zips couldn't score against them. And it was 3-0 until 4:21 to go in the fourth quarter, right? Yeah. So, yeah, that changed for everybody following Akron, I think, our perspective on what to expect out of this season.
So it's more the constants weren't what you thought they were, more than you need to limit the variables. Oh, that could be discouraging.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as bad as Wyoming looked at times, Akron held them to 10 points. Right. And 3 points through most of the game with pretty much no help from the offense. So it makes you feel better about the defense. The other thing that I can take some comfort in is, we're coming off of winning 1 game and then 2 games and then 2 games and then 2 games, and last year 4. Right. So we've seen a lot of not winning. Mm-hmm. But even with that, we're in year 4 of Coach Joe Moorhead. I'm shocked sometimes when they roll out in like week 8 and they're 1-7 and just they play like they come to play. Somehow that dude gets them to play every week. So I'm not ready to just like throw away the rest of the season. I'm sure they'll get better, so on and so forth. But that does give me a little comfort that coaching staff, they find a way to not lose the team. Is that that's probably a fair way to
absolutely. Yeah.
David, when you look at the game last week against Wyoming, obviously you mentioned like it was 3-0 into the fourth quarter. They tack on that touchdown late. Obviously a very close game. Did it feel like when you're watching it, because, Wyoming did outgain them by outgain Akron by almost 200 yards of total off. Like, did it feel that close, or did it feel like Wyoming was kind of waiting for the dam to burst a little bit? Like, what was the vibe watching it with that kind of discrepancy in yardage?
I think the vibe, and we actually may have talked about this in the third quarter on the air, that was the sort of muck it up type game that Akron sometimes needs to play to win. And I'll go back to the game before that, the last game of the season last year against Toledo, who again, I mean, they had votes in the AP poll before they lost to Kentucky this week, but like that's a good team in our conference, right? And they came into Akron on Tuesday night, a MACtion game, and it was just that trudge it out. Nobody could do anything. It was 14-14 going into overtime, and the Zips won. And it felt like, okay, it's 3-0. Like all we need is Wyoming to screw up a defensive assignment, and Akron pops a big play and they're in the lead and you're there, right? Like that's, I mean, as awful as it was to watch, for most of the night, I think you still kind of felt until they made it 10-0 that like, yeah, we kind of got them right where we want them. We can punk them right now, but it just didn't break. It just didn't happen.
So let me ask you something, because kind of, and I used to coach Sam Scott in high school, who was playing for Wyoming. And listen, tackling outside the numbers, especially with one particular concept and one particular receiver, how much of that do you look at as kind of an anomaly versus, because between the two, I mean, that was kind of the bulk of Wyoming's offense, and there was a ton of running after the catch by him as well. So I get that. How much can you build on defensively what you're capable of doing versus what happened in that particular game?
First of all, okay, so you coached him at Scott, is that correct?
Yeah. So before he left Scott, he was at Omaha North, is where.
Oh, okay. Because I was fascinated by the whole Sam Scott went to Scott thing. I didn't really go big with that on the broadcast.
Listen, that was a great big to do. He transferred during the COVID year. His Class A wasn't playing. A lot of schools in Class A weren't playing that year. They sat out, and he wanted to play his senior year. That was a mess. But yeah.
So the question is, they gave up 120 whatever yards to one guy on like 25 carries, right?
Yep.
And so how do you reconcile that? So yeah, I think that's 5 yards. I should probably have that in front of me. 5 point something yards per carry, right? I don't think that was a surprise. I think if there's been a weakness with the Zips defensively, it's been that sort of thing, right? Like teams can run on Akron. I'm not really answering your question that well, but if I am answering it, I'm saying I'm not surprised. And I don't know what the coaches do to say, hey, well, we did this and we contained him when he tried to run up the middle, because he didn't really do that much. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's one of those, hey, we need to do X, Y, and Z to get better so this doesn't happen again.
How about Durr after the catch, like in the open field? Is that something, because obviously that was Wyoming's next best option, was to get him out in space. And Akron had a hard time getting him to the ground. Is that a thing that you think is going to be an issue?
I think the bigger issue is why that allowed to happen, because they didn't get to the quarterback.
Gotcha.
Right. I think that's the bigger concern. And Akron is not again, I can go back over the years in recent history, and it's not like we've rolled up a bunch of turnovers and, done but usually you get a couple of sacks during a game, and they didn't, I think that's, and I'm saying this, and I'm not at all trying to disparage Wyoming. I guess if you're ranking the Mountain West is better than the MAC and all these different things, but Akron had trouble with that offensive line, which I don't think is regarded as one of the top lines in the Mountain West. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll go 10-2 this year or whatever. But I think the bigger concern is Akron was not forcing pressure on Wyoming's offense, and Wyoming's defense was able to put a lot of pressure on Ben Finley. It's the line play.
David, if you had to look at something specific and say, hey, I thought Akron did this really well, and they might be able to replicate that throughout the season, what would that be?
The resiliency of that defense. They did have some short yardage situations, and they did get a couple of fourth down stops. Like they played from wire to wire. Like even after Akron turned it over again, down 10-0 with like 3 minutes to go, they got the ball back. I think that's really, and that might be surprising again because of all the talk we had about the weapons on offense and blah, blah, blah. But like the defense is the cornerstone, I think, at least after one game of this for this team.
How about handling the environment? 6:30 kick.
Nebraska should be well and lathered up in that environment at Memorial Stadium. How about what you think, Coach Moorhead? He's played in some big venues. What do you think Lincoln represents in terms of how Akron looks at the opportunity?
Moorhead was very vocal last year about not liking Akron's schedule. Okay. So they played at Ohio State, they played at Rutgers, they played at South Carolina, and then the FCS game was in the middle there somewhere. So you're 1-3 out of the box, right? And he was very vocal about, like, this is not the way to build a program, is just go and get smoked everywhere. Now, having said that, most of the guys on the team have been in that environment already, like 3 times last year, and this is the one this year. Okay, so it probably makes it a little bit different. Like, because next week is UAB, and then Duquesne comes. Like, this is the game this year for the Zips. And at practice yesterday, they're playing the music as loud as they can and all that sort of stuff. I mean, yeah, he knows how to prepare them for that, and I think a lot of that is maybe how they'll measure success is like the scripted plays at the beginning of the game. How well can they scheme to go out and try to do something early? I'm not making assumptions that things can get out of hand, but we're all look at different numbers and predictions and whatever.
I don't know. I think does 34.5 seem right?
Yeah, I mean, because you guys struggled. I really shouldn't talk about this, but like, you put up 20 points on Cincinnati.
Oh, do tell.
Okay. I mean, now let me tell you. So the one time I've been to Nebraska I've been to Nebraska, but to a game was the other time that Akron played there. I was actually a student, and 2 of my buddies went out there in 97, and it was a day. Do you know what else happened that day?
In 97, aside from Joel Makovic,
world significance.
97.
August 30th, 97. Princess Diana died.
Oh, wow.
So the game was at noon or 11 a.m. or whatever your time, and we went out there, and I mean, it's what happened was expected to happen, right? I think it was 59-14. Akron put in their backup quarterback who went on to be the starter most of the time, a guy named Butchie Washington. But yeah, my buddies and I were driving back because we went out Friday night and we were driving back after the game. We hit the Field of Dreams at like 11:30 at night, kind of like on a little detour, but it's like 8 o'clock or whatever. And we pulled up to this. I actually ran out of gas in Ames.
Well, you guys didn't want to see the bridges of Madison County? You went right to the Field of
I don't know anything about that. But like, anyway, some dude came on whatever radio station we were listening to. He's like, and he's like, I got some news, it was just like playing music, and Princess Diana died in a car crash. Like, we just, old school. We just heard it on the radio. But anyway, why did I start talking about that? 97, the Zips were there. Oh yeah. It was like a huge point spread in action. Akron actually covered, even though they lost 59-14. So that was the whole point of that. And then I just told you about my whole trip to Nebraska when I was 19 years old. It was great.
How about this one before we let you out? You talked about the venue, and it's the one big one, and who's coming next. Without the postseason opportunity, any chance that like this is their bowl game mentality for this football team?
No, because I think that
I'm trying.
No, I really think that success within the conference is gonna be the key for this team, right? Like okay, so Toledo they had 13 votes in the AP poll, and they couldn't manage any offense against Kentucky.
Yeah.
Right. And they lost by 8. Miami already lost, like everybody lost. Central Michigan won out at San Jose State. There's like 4 schools.
Valiant effort from Buffalo against Minnesota.
Yeah. But like, it's, you watched all those games and it's like, okay, like it's the MAC. Let's go. Right. Like anything can happen in those games. So I really think, next week is big against UAB because that's another team that hasn't played well the last 5-6 years or whenever they restored their program, right? And then you're looking, I know week to week, they got to be thinking these are winnable games. And they may be, just because that's what the Mid-American Conference is. So yeah, it's great. We're there. It's 85,000 people, 60 years of sellouts, all that great stuff. It's going to be awesome. But from the team standpoint, I would think the bigger games are like later when it's like, hey, let's go. try and do something.
Gotcha.
That's David Skoczen, voice of
looking forward to seeing you. You'll be right next door to us. I'm gonna come.
All right. I can't wait.
We appreciate it, David. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Thanks, Dave.
That's David Skoczen, voice of Akron football.
Did not
refreshingly honest.
Wow.
Although I will say,
I just hope that doesn't, because again, it's the nameless, faceless opponent thing.
Yeah.
Man. You got to go play ball.
Yeah, no, you're playing against Nebraska's playing against Nebraska this week. Like that's what it is.
Ball.
The next 2 weeks, actually. It is funny though when he is kind of describing what it looks like in the MAC. Is that not exactly how we describe the middle pack of the Big Ten?
Yeah.
Like the middle class of the Big Ten.
Wide open.
Every week you look at it and you go, hey, that's a winnable game. Doesn't mean you're going to win, but that's a winnable game.
I'm looking at it.
Right?
Hey, you looking at this as a possible bowl game?
Nah,
we're good.
Well, listen, it's a bummer because I like Joe Moorhead. The fact that he can't find a way to get an offense going is bumming me out. Maybe he's one of those guys that'll be happy as an OC later.
Did you see Durr after the catch?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Just probably tackle that guy.
What'd he go? Like, was it 8 for like 200?
I've got it up right
210
here.
maybe?
He went 8 for 190. 23-8 per.
Seems like a lot.
Pretty good.
Oh,
yeah.
A lot of running after the catch.
They still only scored 10 points.
We only got we got 2 days. We're playing ball.
Yeah. Tomorrow's Friday.
I know.
Friday show.
It's the same thing I think about my meat. It's always,
hey, we got 2 more days before I got to put this thing in the fridge. Is that right?
It's not exactly the order.
Ravi.
If I found something in my oven from like 2-3 days ago, I'd just be like,
see,
well,
you keep adding the extra day. The time matters.
Okay. From 48 hours ago. Fair?
Yeah.
If I found something in
a disposable tray wrapped in foil.
That is not a factor here. If I found a meat product in my oven from 48 hours ago, that thing is gone.
What do you think the temp is in the oven that hasn't been turned on?
Room temp. Ovens only work when they're on, DB. That's like
I don't want it warm anyway.
It's like putting something in the microwave and being like, oh, it'll keep it warm. It's like, no, the microwave's not on. It's not a magic box. What are we talking about?
Absolutely nothing.
We'll be back tomorrow. Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.